All right, guys. Welcome to Season 2 of Precon Recon, the game where we reconstruct Precon decks just a few cards at a time. We've got the new Baldur's Gate Commander decks here for you, and we are going to draft them out in just a minute. But first, we're going to go over the different decks, kind of a quick overview that they give for you. Do you want to start, Chad?
Sure. So I'm Chad. If you don't know, I'm the owner and founder of Ultra Sleeves and Mythic Gaming. I'm introducing you today to, and please, my apologies for names. I think all of us are seeing a lot of these for the first time, so bear with us. But Nalia de Arnis. Nalia is a human rogue that says you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, and Wizard spells from the top of your library. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, which is Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, and Wizard, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and those creatures gain Death Touch until end of turn. The back little thing from the box says, it's your party and they'll die if you want to. Choose your commander and overcome both friend and foe in this definitive multiplayer Magic format. Group up with Nalia and a full party of clerics, rogues, warriors, and wizards. A complete party grants you access to massive power-ups that will leave your opponents in the dust. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Rin.
I am showing off Furkrag, Cunning Instigator. I actually really like this guy. Whenever one or more dragons I control attack an opponent, gold target creature that player controls. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, if that creature had to attack this combat, you put a 1/1 counter on Furkrag, Cunning Instigator, and you draw a card. And his bio says, even among the red dragons, Furkrag stands out as manipulative and deceitful. He uses trickery and is master of illusions to turn friends against one another and ruins the life of the heroic and the righteous. While he might be a being of absolute evil, he's just so good at it. It's like my D&D character.
Yeah. I like it. It sounds like it's got a bit of a bite to it.
All right, Chris, do you want to do the next one?
Yeah.
Probably won't recognize you if you tuned into the last few.
Yes, this is Chris with his hair down. We just all realized none of us ever get to see it, well, except for his partner. Yeah. But we were like, what is this person in our office and what are they doing?
Let my hair down, you know. But like, I have Captain Engatharod, I think is how you say that, but the Mind Flayer pirate, and he has horrors you control have menace. Whenever a horror you control deals combat damage to a player, that player mills that many cards. And then, at the beginning of your end step, choose target artifact or creature card in an opponent's graveyard that was put there this turn and put it onto the battlefield under your control. And his little bio is, any adventurer can tell you that a pirate captain is dangerous, an evil mage is deadly, and a mind flayer is best avoided at any costs. Captain Engatharod shows that sometimes the whole is far cooler than the sum of its parts. He commands the Scavenger, a spelljamming vessel designed to travel through space. I am, by the way, super excited for Spelljammer to come back in 5th edition. But yeah, and that's Engatharod. It's exciting. It's like space D&D. It's great.
All right, and then the one that I've got here is Faldorn, Dreadwolf Herald. It's a 3/3 human druid. Whenever you cast a spell from exile or a land enters the battlefield under your control from exile, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. You can pay 1 and tap it to discard a card, and then you exile the top card of your library, and you can play it this turn. The little blip.
I'm going to pause you real quick, Dylan. I think you're only outputting the camera for Rin. I don't think that's actually what's going out to the screen, because all that's going out to the feed is just Rin's board.
Well, that's exciting.
So I think you might have changed
you
your monitor.
Stare at my beautiful face.
So we may need to go back and just rewind a quick. There you go.
That's better. Yeah.
There's the 4-up. And,
Yeah, but it always. Okay. Yep. Totally. That one's on me, guys. Very sorry about that.
Just so it's clear, we haven't started yet, and he's already earned his asterisk.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there. That's a fact right now.
Asterisk emote coming soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we go back? I'm guessing for editing purposes, you need it back from the start of Chris's, because I'm guessing you got all overruns.
Well, they would still hear what
Yeah.
Chris said. They just wouldn't have seen it.
Right.
But I can, if you want, you can do the thing, and I can hold the little guy.
Okay.
If that helps at all.
So now his
This
mouth
is-
won't be moving. Just have
That's
re-record
okay.
it. Just re-record it. Just it'll be fine to edit this in. And we've only got a couple people joining us anyways, and they'd love to see you talk about it. So do you want to read yours again real quick?
Yeah, we've got Captain Engatharad, classic squid, mind flayer pirate type guy. Horrors you control have menace. Whenever a horror you control deals combat damage to a player, that player mills that many cards. And then, at the beginning of your end step, choose target artifact or creature card in an opponent's graveyard that was put there this turn, and put it under the battlefield under your control. And any adventurer can tell you that a pirate captain is dangerous, an evil mage is deadly, and a mind flayer is best avoided at any cost. Captain Engatharad shows that sometimes the whole is far crueler than the sum of its parts. He commands the Scavenger, a spell-jamming vessel designed to travel through space.
I mean, honestly, I feel like you have the perfect playmat for that one too. Like
It's literally
It
a
is-
wheel.
yeah, it is a-
if you're not going in on pirate theme, I don't know. I think you've made bad decisions.
Yeah.
All right, and then now let's try this one again. I've got Faldorn, Dreadwolf Herald. It's a 3/3 human druid. Whenever you cast a spell from exile or a land enters the battlefield under your control from exile, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. You can pay 1 and tap it to discard a card, I guess, and exile the top card of your library, and you may play it this turn. The little blip that we got for this one is Faldorn leads a militant sect known as the Shadow Druids. They believe civilization presents a problem to nature, and Faldorn sees herself as the solution. With her dread wolves, horrid beasts driven by vengeance, at her side, she is a potent ally and a deadly enemy. All right.
So true.
So,
how do we select our commander for the season?
So we are selecting based on the reverse order of how we finished last season. So first place gets the last selection, last place gets the first selection. Last season, Rin ended up finishing in first. Chad in second due to his asterisk on his one first place finish. I got third, and Chris got fourth. So we're turning bad fortune into good fortune for him, though, as he gets the first selection of a deck for this set. So, Chris, do you know which one you're going for?
Heck yeah, as the biggest loser, I'm
Oh
definitely
wait,
gonna take.
we're not even doing blind. You
No,
do,
this
like,
is for now.
full-on-
With
Yeah, it's a
Wow.
yeah.
We've definitely covered this multiple times, but that's okay.
Definitely gonna go for the wolf deck.
Ooh.
Return from Exile sounds pretty wild, especially because there's a lot of new adventure cards that are really neat for exiling.
I like
and
it.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
see, I heard you guys talking about like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick that one. I'm gonna pick that one. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. You're gonna pick out of
You thought
randomly
we were just
before.
deep hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt so inspired.
Yeah, it was only the first season that it was a random one. Now we're on track. I get the second pick, and I am definitely going with Captain Nagathrod.
You want that one, right?
Oh wow,
Captain
worked-
Captain Dimir.
that's worked out well. The horror. Oh yeah, but you like those colors. You like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
kind of stuff that blue black does.
Yeah, that's. I at first when I started, I hated blue decks, and then I played one, and now I like them. So that's it's crazy how that works, isn't
Dirty,
it?
dirty
I was
blue.
gonna say that I'm a hardcore blue main, so I've
I'm not
forced
even-
myself to
the
not
thing
choose
is,
it. Yeah.
I'm not even huge on like counter spells per se. It's nice to like have that option sometimes, but the main thing that I like about them is that I just think they have a lot got a lot of like weird play styles that the stuff gets focused around, and
Mill
there's like
stealing.
lots of interesting things that you can do. I've always wanted to. I also only started playing Magic a couple months ago, but I have always wanted to make a mill deck, and so
That might be an option.
Now I can kind of do that.
So just so everyone knows, I'm actually going to be traveling over to our office in the Netherlands in the next couple weeks. So I'm going to have a stand-in who's going to be covering for my picks and my plays for the next 3 weeks. I asked them to give me an order list of which commanders they'd want, because they're going to be playing it the most of this season. And they selected...
No.
The dragons, blue-red dragons. So Liz, you got your first pick. We're gonna play Furkrag, and we're gonna have some dragon fun.
I gotta say, I am kind of terrified. I thought from the beginning that there was a good chance that the Furkrag would have the best chance of being a really powerful deck.
Wow.
I have heard that Liz is a good deck builder. I am scared. Not scared enough to have taken that deck from her, but you know,
Yeah, you
scared
didn't
nonetheless.
hate draft it out, but
Yeah, right.
All right.
Precisely.
Well, if you want to hand me your deck, I can shuffle up for you as well, so that you can put in the names.
Can I get the little?
Yep. The little. Oh, yep.
I guess either would work, but
No, it's fine. So obviously these are our first times seeing these decks. We literally just got them for pre-release or for release from Pegasus Games. So thank you again to the great guys over at Pegasus Games in Madison, Wisconsin, for helping supply us with the decks for today, and really appreciate the help there. Now, like I said, we've just picked them up. We've just
It's
sleeved
Baby
them,
Yoda.
so there's probably going to be, a little bit more, let's call it reading and stuff, but we'll still try to keep the gameplay pretty quick. It's game one. It's the whole thing here is just going to be about kind of getting a feeling of what the deck wants to do, and then at the end, what we'll probably do is provide some thoughts around what we'd like to, based on what we saw, what we'd like to do with it. If there's any, questions around plays or questionable plays, we got some laptops nearby to pull up for help and all of that. But
We need people to call out Chad more.
I would love that.
we were talking about adding a rules lawyer type of emote of somebody pouring through a tome of rules.
Yeah. Now
Sometimes you just.
we did get the asterisk emote.
Yeah.
So we're getting on. I don't know if it's
Yeah, Twitch
ready
still has
yet.
to verify it.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah, but they had no problem verifying the nacho corgi emojis.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
instant.
Maybe
maybe a simple character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, the
Character
chat things
sounds
also
like it
happen
would be
really
like
fast.
a cartoon character when you
100%.
say it in that context.
Yeah, people don't talk about they talk about like words per minute. They're not like, oh, I type like 1,000 characters per minute.
Well, to be fair,
Dude, I
the,
type like 5 characters per minute, alright?
the title that I gave the emote probably didn't help.
What did you call it?
Oh, that's right.
Big fat asterisk.
I like that. I like big fat asterisk, and I cannot lie. But honestly, if we're gonna talk about who likes him the most, it's definitely Dylan.
Okay,
Dylan.
I had 2
Dylan's more of a
moderately
small asterisk
sized,
enjoyer, yeah.
small to moderately sized asterisks.
Now, if I'm gonna give you an asterisk,
Chad had nothing but an asterisk.
it's gonna be the biggest, thickest asterisk you've ever seen.
I just hope that there's people tuning in that didn't see the
last stream.
Chad's asterisk play.
And
And
actually, that's a good point. So since we all have our hands full of shuffling right now, maybe a quick just discussion about like the general rules. Just kind of talk over what
Leveler
Precon
is
Recon,
banned officially.
what we're trying to do here, and what we see as different than versus not like a normal league.
yeah, so basically, after every week, for the next week, we're all going to get at least 5 swaps. First and second place get 5 swaps to bring in new cards, take out old cards. Third place gets 6, and fourth place gets 7. So that'll hopefully help the people that are maybe falling behind catch up and get better. We're trying to, we're going all in. We really want to beat the other people at the table here. We're trying to get the best cards that we can in. We're not trying to be nice. We're trying to win. So
a way I've kind of described it to people, think about if you took precons and wanted to play CEDH. Everyone at the table knows that we're playing as full throttle as possible, but because you only have, you only have 5 picks to change a deck. That's such a small percentage. It's what 5%. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
math, guys.
So, like, for the people who didn't catch or haven't seen last season yet or see how it ended, I was playing some fairly high-powered win cons, but on a pre-con mana base. I didn't change any of my mana base because it just didn't seem as important as getting combos. So, you'll see the decks that we build are probably not good decks. They're not going to be the kind of decks, no, I'm saying, like, at the point, if I just gave you the 5 swaps you made week 1 and said this is a deck, people would be like, this is a terrible deck. This is like
probably,
a pre-con with 5 cards different. But that's the whole point. We want to take advantage of the fact that, this kind of adds some fun to it because we can specifically target each other's strategies.
Yeah. Also, slow and steady progress to a more powerful deck is kind of nice.
Yeah. Should we? Do we need any cuts, or everyone feeling good on their shuffling?
Yeah,
good.
pretty good.
Well, let's roll some dice to see who goes first, and then I'll start talking about our friendly mulligans.
Well, I've already done 2.
Well, I'll just
me too.
explain it. No problem. So we like making sure that the gameplay is interesting. So we tell everyone to just draw 7, and if it's not a playable 7, to set that hand aside and draw another 7. Where you're not shuffling as much in between, and you're just making sure that you have some stuff for the first couple turns, because otherwise it's just not fun to have someone kind of stuck on a bad hand. Let's see.
And as some of us learned the hard way, a playable hand means more than 1 land.
Playable
to
hand
start.
does
Yeah.
mean more than 1. Let's see what I got here.
Not naming names, but somebody didn't get that in our first episode.
Definitely.
And they looked like a fool, quite frankly.
I'm gonna take my first. 1, 2,
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Is this... I can't tell if I'm really drawing bad or if the ramp for this deck is just insane.
It might be insane. You never know. I
Wait.
mean, it's black,
Like, I
white,
get-
Like
right?
insanely bad.
Like, I have regular amount of lands, and then everything else costs at least 4 mana.
So I have a feeling that this set is going to be much more battle cruiser. Most of the dragons are 7 and 9 cost. Like the Mind Flayer stuff, it's all big stuff. So yes, I think it's just gonna be a lot of land go, something set up go. But yeah, I would hope, and I'm feeling the same thing you are, because I'm on my 3rd mulligan, and I haven't gotten enough to. I haven't got anything where I'd have a turn where I did something in the first 3 turns, and that to me is not a playable 7.
Yeah.
But this
This is definitely be the weirdest, what's the word, tempoed week with it being fresh.
Oh,
off the
yeah,
box, but
absolutely.
no. No.
I wouldn't feel too bad about mulliganing a bunch because I did, and I felt the same way.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then once I have a playable 7, I'm gonna make sure and shuffle again, because I do feel like I'm hitting like big stretches of land and not land.
I'm in kind of the same boat. What I've gotten almost every time is I get one of the like colorless lands, but it's like I have like 2 lands to start with, and I'm like I can't afford to like.
Yeah, my first hand had good lands in it, but it was all greens and all my cards were red. So I was like, well, wouldn't that be silly?
Yeah, look at this pile that I've gone through, and I have not had an even mildly reasonable
I
starting
had
hand.
4 colorless lands.
Yeah. I've got
Maybe
a
this
playable
was-
7. Did we figure out who's going first?
Oh, we haven't
I
rolled the
rolled
dice
a
yet.
4.
So
I rolled 2 and got a 4. Ren, did you roll a
grab a
5?
pile of greens.
Ren's got a 5.
Okay. I've got a 5.
Okay, tie on
I got
the
a
5.
9.
You got 9?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like you get to go first when you ever find your hand. Rin, did you? What are you?
At
how
some
are you
point, I
shuffling?
feel like
I'm
I'm
terrible.
going to.
Don't look over
No,
here.
no, no. Look, I'm gonna just show you a little trick. Look, like take a chunk off the side, kind of hold them loosely, and then use the bottom corner like that. That's all you gotta do. That's it. Don't smoosh them together off the table, because if they go someplace, they're gonna go wee.
I've definitely done the classic, like you're almost done shuffling and they all just go everywhere.
This is honestly this is the easiest way to do it, and then you can just switch off sides. You go from the top, from the bottom, just keep going back and forth until you feel it's
I'm usually not this bad.
You are definitely faster than I am. Yeah.
Doubt.
Hey.
Have to doubt.
I'm gonna put them in this corner too, even though we have to figure out at some point like a consistent corner to put stuff in, but I'm fine with it. Dylan, you got
that'll-
playable?
Yep.
Chris?
Yep.
After literally going through over half the deck, I finally got one with.
Now think about all the card knowledge you got from that, though, right?
Yeah, the cards that I didn't even read.
Do you go like a half or like a quarter asterisk for every mulligan you do?
That's the whole point of the friendly mulligans, is that that's not even
Yeah.
a thing that we're worried
Okay,
about.
so
No.
next season we can have unfriendly.
Yeah, next season, I was gonna say,
friendly
next season we do
mulligans.
start the aggressive unfriendly mulligan, yeah.
We,
don't think so.
You tell us how many lands you have, and we tell you you have to stay.
Yeah.
The unfriendly mulligan. No, I honestly, I think that I use this example a lot, but I think Commander is a game that is meant to be played in such a way that everyone gets a chance to do their thing. It's not fun, even if you're in a competitive setting, to watch someone get mana flooded or mana screwed.
It's kind of fun when it's Chad. Let's be real. Let's be real.
I literally was just gonna say, like last season when Dylan wasn't drawing lands and we let him have a free land and he ended up winning, but it was because we
Did
wanted
you
him
also
to.
wipe all of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
first-
was a board wipe day.
I was really good until the swaps started mattering, and then I was horrible.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see if that trend continues
Well,
this week.
and we may have some outside advice coming in to help us with deck building, but we won't announce that till it happens because it's a plan but not done yet. So that's a little secret sauce coming later. You're good to go,
Yeah.
and you're good. Watch
I'm
out for leaning your cards in past the line of demarcation.
Am I? Oh, jeez. I'm usually the one yelling
Revealing
at people for
secrets,
doing
yeah.
that.
Secret. All right. I'm guessing you're gonna play a land.
I'm gonna play an island, and I'm gonna pass the turn. Or I should have drawn.
That is part of the
Too
that is
late,
part
no.
of the rule.
For some reason, I forget that every time, and it's not like I've played enough standard for that to be
Right.
like my
Your excuse.
default. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then are we going?
Yep.
Yeah,
always.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
I
Then
think
I'm
I've
gonna
only ever
play,
played Commander.
draw my card.
We'll get you on some other formats.
Right.
There's some fun stuff.
Play Highland Forest, enters tap, pass my turn.
And
boy.
yeah, just we'll make sure that we're cutting people's boards.
I am going to play
Not-
a
not the
plains.
first round.
Tap that plains and play a soul ring.
Oh,
Love to
Uh-oh.
see it.
first turn Soul Ring already.
I passed turn.
This is what happened.
I
to
think
me,
Rin might have taken too many mulligan. No.
Yeah. Mulligan to Soul Ring is not the point of friendly mulligan.
I mulliganed to a soul ring, but I had one of those colorless lands, and I was just like, this doesn't get. I can't do anything.
I mean,
It's
you got
technically
lot
a
of
turn one
colorless-
soul ring,
This
but
is-
like
you pivot into making an essentially colorless deck.
Pass over. Tap Myriad Landscape.
all right.
Are
Turn.
a lot of the mirrors that you have are colorless, aren't they?
Yeah, a lot of them are colors, but they have color identity issues because they can tap for mana or they can use abilities. And yeah, it's weird.
I'm gonna put out a Dimir Aqueduct, which comes in tapped and returns the land I control to its owner's hand, and then I will pass the turn.
Kind of love me those weird little lands.
Wait, rainbow, like all colored commander,
Yeah.
but you can't play him because you only have colorless lands. And then you just throw in a bunch of mirror and equipment.
Ramos is all color, but you can play him colorless. Yeah. But yeah, so
You
I'm
can
playing.
play any.
You can play any 5 color. So I played 5 color Golos, right? Golos is 5, or technically has a 5 color. And then
Golos.
Yeah.
and then I only played it mono white. So it was there was only one of each color generating lands in the deck, and they were the dual lands, the white and whatever, so that it could do his wheel, but it was mono white flicker. It was really fun. Then they banned it.
When thinking about doing a flicker deck, yeah. And I played a Gruul Turf tapped pass turn. Yeah.
I need to remember my steps. So bad at
Gruul
it.
Turf isn't the bounce land.
Yeah, it is. It's the same thing that Dylan did. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice
absolutely.
move,
Hey,
dude.
nice land.
Yeah. Bounce lands.
They're my
They're
absolute,
not that good.
They're my jam in Arkellos because you just get free land.
You are up.
I also have to discard because of that. So
Do you draw for turn?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I am going
That's
to
so interesting.
play Bazooka Bog.
We all. Oh wait. Yeah, we all get
Comes in
swamps, right?
tapped. Hmm?
That's the one that exiles people's graveyard, right?
Yeah, but
You don't have another.
No, I'm losing this bad boy, but that's okay.
I was gonna say
it's
that.
target player.
Wait, how did you even
Yeah.
get something into your graveyard?
Discard. I had a full hand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I am going to tap the Plains and Soul Ring to play Micaeus, the Lunarch.
Actually. yeah,
And
that'll
he
be-
enters the
Oh, I
battlefield with
absolutely
X
should have done
1/1
that, too.
counters on it, and that is 2.
I would have discarded this one, and now it's exiled, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I played Micaeus. He's a 0/0, but he came in with 2 1/1 counters because I tapped for 2 extra mana. I can tap him to put an extra 1/1 counter on him, or tap him to remove a 1/1 counter and put it on a different creature.
It's kind of a neat.
What's your
Token.
commander cost to play?
3.
3. So I could have done that too.
No, because you couldn't degenerate it black.
Oh yeah.
But no, just knowing that you can get out pretty quickly.
We've got the big
yeah.
commanders. They got the small
Yeah, I have
ones.
also a 3
And
cost.
can you do
commander.
tapped abilities despite summoning sickness?
No, that is the restriction. So you can't attack or use tapped abilities, but you could use activated abilities that don't require tap.
Gotcha.
Cool.
That's my turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. I'm going to play a mountain, tap both, and cast a. Is it Signet? Is it?
Is it a
might
secret?
be.
It is. All right.
How many times has that joke been made?
Yeah.
Oh, so much. It hurts. But we're passing the turn to you.
All right. On tap, upkeep, draw for turn. I will play an island. I bet nobody knew that I had that in my hand.
See, now I know that you're playing blue.
We wouldn't have known.
Secrets out. I'm going to tap for 3 and cast Woe Strider. It's a 3/2 horror. When Woe Strider enters the battlefield, create a 0/1 white goat creature token. He can sacrifice a creature to scry 1, and he also has an escape ability. Let's see if I can find.
Hey midget, good to see you in the chat. one of our top fans for sure.
Absolutely. What they didn't give me a
No
All right.
goat.
Wait, you don't have a goat?
no goat.
That seems like
That's
a,
funny. Isn't goat one of
Wait,
the,
how
one
are
of
you
the
gonna-
actually
No.
OG
No,
It's not. It's a
creatures?
0. It's a 0/1.
Listen.
At the very least, let me draw you.
Exactly.
in-
You have to at least draw your
Oh, that's
goat.
true. I out of sight, out of mind. I forgot about
Oh,
the.
here.
There you go. No, he's got to draw his own because we're still. I still need to get in touch with Infinite tokens, but we are still voting on the best Infinite token of the day. Right now, goat.
Yeah.
All right.
Why is there-
Are you done?
Oh, yep. Sorry.
I just found a chair.
It was a clue.
Oh,
Blue's
I
Clue.
did see a Scooby Doo
yeah,
in the
that's
clue
a good
part.
one.
Dooby-dooby-doo.
I liked Zeb's the friends we made along the way is the real treasure one. That was good.
That was good.
Oh, this goat's gonna be terrible. I'm sorry to every legitimate artist.
I thought you were gonna say I'm sorry to
about
every
art.
goat.
Yeah.
I'm also sorry to every goat.
I'm putting my Highland Forest back out tapped.
Nice.
And then let's see.
If anybody knows what a goat looks like, tell me in the chat because I am lost.
I mean,
I think it's gonna start like a dog. They always end up looking like
It's
dogs.
always a dog.
looks like a dog.
Yep. Or dragon. That's kind of dragon-esque.
yeah, it is very much
All
like
right,
a
are you
goat.
done?
I'm done, yeah, for now.
That's too funny.
Chris on the very slow ramp plan.
Yeah. It's gonna pay off, I hope.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's on the same in the same boat as me. Actually, but
I got
two taps.
2 times under depth, but that's okay. I swear it'll pay off.
Alright, I'm playing a Plains. And I'm gonna do it.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Watch out. Watch out. Commander incoming.
Wait, so when I have a floating mana, it ends at my end step.
Ends
No.
at the end of the
phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's all the main phases of the. So you have your upkeep, untap, upkeep. Upkeep will be the first time you can do something. So anything that you use during your upkeep is gone when you go to your first main, and your first main is gone when you go into your combat, and combat is gone when you go to the second main. Second main is gone when you go to your end step.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have one floating now that you could use if you wanted to.
I played Nalia de Arnis. I think I said that right.
Yeah.
So
I would
much
say
easier
so.
than
Yeah.
Perry?
What?
I don't know.
That's so funny that I feel like also French, but you just like this one a little
Why are
bit
you
more.
guys giving me all the French
Nalia
people?
de Arnis.
I can look at my top card anytime. I'm gonna do that.
Neat.
And I can cast Cleric, Rogue, Wizard, and Wizard spells from the top of my library.
Cool. So
I have-
you do have white white available and a floating if that was.
Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, and Wizard, right?
But, yeah.
But
Yeah.
but what?
That's not it. It's a land.
You don't have to tell us. I mean, you're welcome to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is.
What
I
are
do
you gonna
appreciate that.
do to my land? I'm like,
Fair.
oh boy. Take it.
Combat. You gonna punch anyone with your 2/2?
Hey.
Dylan, I'm punching your goat.
Well,
Ooh, rip.
hold on. He has a bigger creature than a goat.
Oh yeah.
So the creature you have on the board is how big?
It's a 3/2.
So they both die.
Yeah. The question is, are you willing to lose Micaeus?
I'm going to
Do it.
tap him
Do it.
and get a counter.
Cool.
And I had pass turn.
Somebody's scared.
Perfectly fine.
Oh
but
no.
Now, Rin, just as a bit of magic learning, can you cut to Rin's real quick?
Yes, sir.
So this ability says you can tap and put a +1/+1 counter on Micaeus, right?
I do it
That's
at the end of-
Not even. It's an instant speed ability. So if you leave this at 2, someone attacks you with a 2/2, you can block their 2/2, tap it in response, pump to 3. So use tap abilities at opportune times. There is 0 reason for you to now have a tapped creature for the rest of our turns, while you could just leave it 2 and tap it in response.
None of you're nothing.
Yeah. Does that make sense? So always, like, I'm serious. The biggest thing that levels up a player is the realization of that they can tap things at the last possible moment. Cool? My turn? That's a freebie.
I dare
That's a
someone
reverse.
to attack me.
That's
Dylan,
a reverse
dare you
asterisk.
attack me.
That's a reverse asterisk.
see about that.
You got information instead.
Rin's going for political goading, like
Yeah.
real life goading.
Just, I goad you. All right, so I'm gonna play another mountain. I love these story mountains, the mountains from
Full
the D&D
text.
set with like the little blips of lore or
I
whatever.
didn't even notice that.
I think it's like a prison. In
This
your
is
deck.
this is also why Dylan misses like major things in his general area. Just kind of like I didn't even see that. just calling you out. I'm gonna tap 2 to play a Mind Stone, another little piece
Nice.
of ramp mana rock, and I'm gonna tap 1 to make red and blue and a colorless to cast a Burnished Heart, which is
My
a
goodness.
2/2 sacrifice, search a library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield, tapped and shuffle. So as you can see, I'm starting to get a little bit of a ramp strategy. All right, I'm passing.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. I'm going to play a Tainted Isle for turn. Can tap for a colorless or a blue or black if I control a swamp, which I do not. And then let's see. Do I? This feels like such a pathetic mana base, but it was by far the best that I got out of any of the. I'm going to tap 2 and cast Phyrexian Revoker. As it enters the battlefield, choose a non-land card name. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated. What was the? That's an activated ability, right?
Yep. So you would say Macias the Lunarch.
Yeah, Macias the Lunarch is the one that can't activate abilities.
So, that trigger is on the stack, because it says when it enters the battlefield, right?
Yep.
So you declare that at that point. Then you could respond with that trigger on the stack to at least get the one additional
To
one.
just do a cool little flip in front of the guy.
Like, I see you casting the spell, and I'm like, oh no.
I see you.
What is Nalia's power and toughness?
3/3.
That's pretty good. I mean, she's got a good ability too.
Yeah.
He's only got a 2/2.
And, yeah, you got a 2/2.
That kind
Chris,
of.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
that's fine.
gotta swing at you
No,
with
no,
Blow
it's great.
Strider, so that'll be 3 coming at you.
Okay, yeah, it'll be 3.
And then I will pass the turn.
Okay.
It's like, no worries, just go
it's
ahead.
fine.
Everything's
Everything's great. I will go and play a mountain, and then I'm going to play Kodama's Reach.
I feel like that's in like every.
Oh, it's an absolute staple, and I'm just. I won't pass my turn yet. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna make you guys watch me shuffle.
Dylan, is that in your graveyard or is that your?
That's my commander. I have nothing in my graveyard. I had one thing, and you exiled it.
Oh no, only Chris got exiled.
No,
It's target.
we were both meant to.
It was target, not okay.
I didn't know
that's
you
kinda
had anything.
fun.
In your
I didn't.
but
Well,
you-
it wasn't. I didn't. I had forgotten to discard.
Yeah. So he had,
There's the real asterisk, guys. I forgot to discard the second turn of the game.
The first of many discard or asterisks. But Jukabog is often used as a way for people to have graveyard hate in any deck that plays black. And so a lot of times you hold that back, and it's like very strategically played, but obviously you needed the mana to be able to cast your commander, but you don't usually see a very early Bajuka Bog because it's, are you done, Chris, by the way?
No. That's why, unfortunately, I might have enough mana to cast something, so I had to make you guys watch me shuffle.
Got it.
But I'm going to put the one land onto the battlefield. I believe it's tapped.
Yeah.
It is tapped. And that's it. Yeah,
It's
I
just
gotta pass.
one. Is it one?
Didn't
on-
have anything.
Is it one onto the battlefield tapped and one into your hand?
Yep.
So you have to reveal both of them.
Oh, it was another forest.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you fetch them, reveal them,
guy's getting
one to your hand.
Yeah.
It's a lot of anytime you have a tutor effect where you look in your library and it has any kind of restriction, so a creature or whatever, you always are gonna have to show it. The old like black has a lot of blind tutors where you get to tutor and then you don't have to show.
But usually lose life or something.
Yeah, exactly. So but that's just blacks like tutors. You have usually lose life or something like that, but they just get to get whatever they want, which is a lot more beneficial than anyone else.
Wild.
And that's why black is the best color in Magic.
I feel like I really do prefer black red.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like the skull ring isn't for nothing.
Yeah. And that's why blue's the best color in Magic. Like the
I counter your tutor.
I'm playing Castle Lochtwain,
Nice.
and it enters the battlefield tapped unless I control a swamp, which I do.
Dude,
Oh, somebody who can use the.
we all have swamps.
Yeah.
Wait. What?
Oh wait, no, sorry. Hold on a second. I keep mixing this one up with the
Oh
other
fuck
one.
yeah, no.
There's
All right, we
That's
already got that.
Yeah, so sorry. It
Swamp.
is. I was gonna say it is not a swamp. There's another There's one
It's so
that give-
swampy.
There's another one that I forget the name of
They
it.
tricked me.
Terrible.
Turns everything into
Turns
a
everything
swamp.
into swamp.
Okay,
Everything
that would
is
be a really
additional.
nice
Still,
one for
yeah,
me,
yeah,
as
yeah.
somebody who doesn't have a swamp on the battlefield, but also has a land that can do more if I control a swamp.
There you go. Yeah, so no, Bajuka Bug is one that gets rid of your library. There's a different one. This is why I can't do names. But anyways, so you have a swamp now. So you have 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things are happening.
I'm playing Frisia's Retribution, and
Ooh.
that is a saga. I've seen sagas before, but I've never actually played them, so you'll have to explain how they work to me.
So when a saga, so it's got chapters. A saga triggers the first chapter when it enters the battlefield. So if it resolves, which I don't think anyone's got responses.
I don't have any response.
So then the first chapter happens, and then after that, at the end of your upkeep, the next chapter, right? It's at the end of your upkeep.
At the end of
Your draw.
turn.
No, at the end of your draw. So as sagas enter and after your draw,
yeah, I was reading
which
that.
is basically saying at the very beginning of your main phase. So you have, untap, upkeep, draw, and at the end of your draw, it triggers, but there's basically no response time before it. It's literally the first thing that happens in your main phase.
Okay.
So
And it's automatic.
It's
It
automatic.
just goes,
It just
yeah.
goes. So you put a counter on it for the current chapter, and you tell us what the first chapter does.
So I get to create a 4/4 White Angel Warrior creature
Okay.
token with
Ooh.
flying and vigilance.
It's a pretty strong start,
That
honestly.
is not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't-
Do you want to just let us know what the other chapters are so we can determine how quickly we need to blow that thing up?
Yeah.
At 2, until the end of turn, angels I control gain tap to destroy target creature with power less than this creature's power, and they're 4/4.
Yep.
And at 3, angels I control gain double strike until end of turn.
That's terrifying. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I mean, it's
for,
only one angel right now, but that's pretty good, even if it is just one angel.
that's
Seems
pretty
alright.
bonkers.
Yeah.
Seems decent.
All right. Well, on that note, Are you done? Were you gonna go to combat? Sorry.
We were gonna
Yeah. No.
skip
I
my
stopped.
turn.
Yep. Go ahead.
All y'all fuckers.
Ah,
That's
you
my
can't-
one.
you-
That's
No,
my
you
one.
already used the
use your
one.
one.
Literally
Did I?
earlier this turn,
Ah.
and we all made a point of talking about it.
It's I'm just gonna have to say poopy for all of my.
Yeah, poopy.
Oh, poopy.
Yep. Go ahead.
That was a 3/2, right? And you
The
have
Phyrexian
Yep,
Revoker.
yeah, it's turned sideways.
I have a
yeah.
2/1 and a 0/1 up.
So
That was your.
Yeah.
so he has nothing that could block a 3/3 without it just chumping.
Okay. Interesting.
So
Don't know what to
abilities
do
and
with that.
non.
Well, okay, so you can. So here's some things you want to remember. You're trying to get to a party, right? So right now you have warrior
I have
Rogue.
cleric rogue.
and warrior because you made
Oh,
an
yeah.
angel, which is one of the types too, right?
Yeah.
So you have to get a cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard. So if you cast a wizard right now, you have all of your types. Now, in that context, if you don't want to attack into somebody that's going to kill one of your pieces, I'm guessing, but you have basically profitable attacks with anybody on the board. Nobody right now could kill one of your creatures, at least with what's visible to you, because we all have 2/2s or less.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you can
gonna-
attack who you want or not attack. But remember, we're trying to kill people in this game, not play friendly.
Chris, I'm
Uh-huh.
attacking you
Yep.
for 3.
No, that makes sense.
And
No,
I don't know why.
ahead.
I need to get rid of that bad habit. I always tap to block.
But
Oh,
you're
yeah.
attacking,
You're
so you
attacking.
do have to
Or
attack.
shit.
Jesus.
Poopy.
This is 3 in 1 turn.
So
man.
let it
this
be.
Is, this
let
is
it,
You
let
are
it be
unraveling.
known. Let it be known. Rin has had an actual cold, a non-COVID cold, for the past couple days, and took the valiant effort of drugging themselves up with a bunch of anti-cough medicine to join us today. But
legal.
it seems maybe it's affecting their memory and ability to function.
Yeah.
Rin, so you're attacking for 3 to Dylan.
Chris.
Chris.
Yeah. And
Not
I took,
the guy who
yeah.
locked down your creature. Got it.
And
Okay.
I took that damage. So yeah.
All right, you took it. Awesome. Anything
Sorry,
else?
Chris.
No, it's fine.
I pass turn begrudgingly.
Okay, begrudgingly.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to untap. I'm going to draw for turn. We are going
Kind of like
to
a rave over here, isn't it?
It is. It's
pay.
We're gonna have to turn the Are You 18 to get into our stream. Only on this stream.
Yeah.
So we're going to play a Path of Ancestry, which allows me to add a mana of any color in my commander's color identity, and if I use it to cast a spell that shares a creature type, i.e. a dragon, I'm able to scry 1. So then we are going to, let's see, we're going to go to combat, and I'm going to attack Dylan with my little lamb. So
What is that?
he's a 2/2.
I mean, I'm swearing. I don't think I'm supposed to, but
So, quick question: if there's an ability that's not a tap ability that a creature has, if it's tapped, can you still do that?
Can I see?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that is a non-tap activated ability can be done as soon as the creature's on the battlefield, doesn't have any kind of summoning sickness, and can be done when they're tapped, even like as they're dying.
Okay.
So
That's what I thought. I just wanted to double check. I'm going to declare my goat as a blocker,
You're blocking with the goat.
and then
Some sheep versus goat action.
Yep.
I guess it's an elk. Sorry, it's an elk.
yeah, get it right, dude.
Sorry, my apologies. To all the elks out there.
And then before combat resolves, I'm going to sacrifice my goat and scry 1.
Okay.
It just occurred to me, do we happen to have a D20? Oh, I see one. Okay, yeah, we're good.
I think we actually have actual D20s somewhere around 2 because we got some from the recent
Pre-release.
pre-release.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll
I didn't
find
bring
them.
my backpack today, so we don't have the one.
All right.
I don't even have my
So,
travel dice.
I
I got
know.
a set of like really
Scrying
tiny
it to the
dice.
bottom.
Scrying to the bottom.
That's what I
it says.
do.
My.
Actually, I. There's mine.
Sir!
Yeah.
Sir!
Yeah. No, I thought I should have played a different land this turn.
The chat is upset that we're
Yes.
being
Yeah, yeah.
such potty mouths
Absolutely.
right now.
I'm sorry, chat.
Even
Yeah.
if you meant the
Expect-
other, even if you meant that in like a positive sense, like, are we swearing again? Like, yeah, like, I'm taking it as a negative.
Yeah. All right.
We need to come up with some clever alternative.
I'm going
Yeah, we're gonna end up
to
Battlestar Galactica-ing our way through just like made up swear words. Yeah.
Jeez, that's
I was
such a
gonna say
bad play.
Agriba.
Can I
McClunky.
take an asterisk to just switch the land I played this turn?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Does anyone care?
Yeah, I mean,
don't
I
know.
did for
Yeah, yeah,
mine,
totally.
So.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to start calling Chad the time traveler.
It's literally, I'll take it because that's kind of awesome. If I'm traveling through time, I'm living my best life. And then on that, I will.
Oh, we actually have 2 offices. So we have one in Madison, which is where we are right now, and then we also have one in Utrecht in the Netherlands.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass, leaving everything up.
Good thing we let him change that up. All right, on tap.
Like I said,
draw
take
for
actions at the
turn.
last moment you have to. Maybe that says I can do something later. Your guess is as good as mine. No, actually, I know what I'm doing. So.
Who
I'm going
knows?
to play an island, and then I'm going to tap for 5 and cast Nemesis of Reason. It's a 3/7. Whenever Nemesis of Reason attacks, defending player mills 10 cards.
I love that card, and I'm sad that I can't fit it into a blue-green.
I also
Leviathan.
I really like
Yeah.
the art on this.
Yeah, he's really neat. Yeah, he's like a sky Leviathan,
It
right?
truly, yeah.
He's weird.
I don't even know. There's a lot going on in
Yeah.
this art. It's pretty wild. And with that, I am going to pass the turn.
Yeah.
Sure.
Was that convincing enough?
Yeah. That's the turn.
Are we near Pegasus?
Oh, we're
That's-
very near Pegasus.
Like
It's in
somewhat.
Madison.
I mean,
yeah.
I
In
guess
the
we don't
same
know.
town.
We don't know what the scope. Are you guys saying in relationship to the Netherlands? We are very close. We are centrally located in Madison, near campus on Monroe Street. So we're over by Trader Joe's if you're from the area.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna bust out my commander, so I'm gonna tap. One. And
That's the dance music that goes
just
on when you
these
do
two
that.
because this is a 2 mana.
That's
so
the commander
that's-
dance?
Yeah,
You only
So-
have 3 drop.
Yeah, it's a 3-drop commander as well, and so I'm playing Faldorn, Dreadwolf Herald. Whenever you cast a spell from exile or a land enters the battlefield under your control from exile, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. I can also 1 and tap to discard a card and exile the top card of my library to play it, and I can play it this turn for cost, but you know. And then I'm gonna play. Well. That might be all I do this turn. What is everybody? So okay, that guy's a 3/2, right?
Got a 3/2, a 3/7, and a 2/1.
3/7. My God. Okay.
2/2
2/2.
and tapped. Mine's tapped.
I've got a 3/3, 3/3, 4/4.
Will you not hit me with the angel again this turn?
Maybe.
If you say no, it lives. If you say yes, I'm gonna get it right now.
I will attack someone else.
Okay.
Yeah. Can go after Chad.
All right. Then I'm gonna pass my turn.
Wait, you're not gonna hit anyone else?
No, I can't attack my. Well, I mean, I could make some stuff happen, but for this turn, I'm happy being where I am. Yeah.
So
It's
actually-
you or nothing.
Yeah.
Well, and-
it's that thing could hit me because that's flying, and I just don't want to deal with it. So.
Well, and the reality, Rin, is this turn you probably want to actually use your creature's ability, which is going to be to tap and destroy other creatures.
That's true too. How about you don't do anything angel related to me this turn, and we're all good.
I mean, that's like you could destroy another creature that's keeping you from being able to.
Yeah,
you
you're
know.
definitely not my
Wait,
priority.
what?
So the second ability
All of a
on
sudden,
Fira's
Dylan's
is
interested.
going to say just next turn, Rin's creatures have.
Angels specifically.
Angels Rin controls has tap, destroy target creature with power less than the angel. So Rin could technically destroy the Revoker, which is holding back Micaeus, in theory. Let's just say that was an option they could consider.
True.
Rin, your turn.
That's pretty much exactly what I was gonna do.
So,
I looked at the Revoker, and at first I was like, this
Yeah,
seems
go.
like a weird ability that would be super niche. And then I saw that and I was like, oh, I get it now because it's not even.
So Revoker is usually played in like strategic parts of the game to shut down a combo or something. Like obviously you had it then, you want to play it, it's fine. But like you're usually going to play it like shut someone's commander down or do something like that. You could do it against planeswalkers. They can't do planeswalker things, so.
Ooh, that would be a really good.
That
one.
would be yeah.
So
There
you're-
are some planeswalkers in.
So when your
Jeez.
ability is triggered, which
Chad
means
has
that you
two.
can tap down your dude to do stuff if you wanted to this turn.
Yeah, what is this?
Midget, yeah, absolutely. If you want to come by and stop by the store sometime and pick up some sleeves, we'd be happy to have you over. We don't have official like walk-in hours, but yeah, we could definitely make something work. Just drop us an email if you put in an order, and we'll help you out there.
We've definitely had 1 or 2 customers nearby enough that we've dropped it.
Oh yeah, we've had to like
Mostly
drop
because of
them off
mailing
at
issues,
people's
but that's
house.
okay. Yeah.
Rin, so
what
I'm
is
guessing this
your-
is first main phase still?
No. Well, yes. Sorry, I thought it was combat, but not combat. First
Yeah.
main. Yeah. Your big guy is going down.
Well, it was big guy.
The Nemesis of Reason.
The-
I was afraid of that.
No,
Yeah.
hold on. It only does. It has to be
less power.
Less than.
But it does have less power.
Yeah.
It does have
Creature-
higher
Don't
toughness.
you have
It's a
a
3/7.
3/7?
Oh, sorry. Okay,
Rip,
I missed
yeah.
it. So you're not doing the Revoker. I see.
Well, what did
See, this is where the whole saga
It's what
text
prevents your
being
dude from
across the
attacking.
table
Oh,
diagonally
but that
and
was
hard
only-
to
Well,
see.
turn.
But that's why you
Until it
because
dies.
we definitely read it all.
Oh.
So
Yes.
you gotta listen to it.
No,
Yeah.
so this is interesting. I thought that the thing preventing this guy from tapping was a until your end of turn effect.
No, it's well that card's out there.
Well, then, yeah, that
it is a
guy's dying.
Revoker.
Okay.
It is revoked.
Yeah, I revoke your
Also,
revoker.
never
Midget,
mind.
it takes our printing process is about 6 minutes for a run, and our machine can do 15 sleeves at a time. So we've sent over printed over 170,000 sleeves, 15 sleeves at a time.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Just think about those numbers.
But on a good day, it's pretty smooth. Yeah,
Yeah.
we go pretty quick. Yeah.
So you destroyed the Revoker. Okay. Anything else you want to do this turn?
I am.
I like how Raina has the ability to check. Wait, are you drawing another card?
No.
Oh, you're casting it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like, has the ability to keep looking, and they're like, I'm going to look again and see if it changed. No. Yes.
It's like
my
when you
memory
go
is
to
not
the
good.
fridge for like the 4th time in 15 minutes, and
That
you're
is-
like, that's weird. There's no food here that wasn't there before. I could have sworn
That is my brain
the
constantly.
fridge just spawned food.
All right. What do you got?
I have Burakos Party Leader.
Oh god.
He
Very
is
good
also
card.
a cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard. Whenever he
Alright.
attacks, a defending player loses X life, and I create X treasure tokens, where X is the number of creatures in my party.
Jeez.
So the party is just the
Yep.
warrior, cleric,
There's-
rogue, and
yep.
wizard.
Yeah.
You may Yep. So let's see. It says at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and those creatures gain Death Touch until end of turn. That's pretty cool.
It's incredibly good.
And
yeah.
this one says target creature. Sorry, what was it? They get.
Whenever he attacks, defending player loses X life, and I get X treasure tokens. But with the number of creatures in your party, so if I played any random creature that was not a cleric, rogue, wizard, or
He would not
warrior.
be a part of the party.
And it can only, at max, it can be a 5 party. Because you can't have
5 or
multiple.
4?
What? How many classes
Because
is
there's
it?
4.
Yeah, 4. So yeah, it can only. max
So
out at
you
4.
can have someone be more than one. So he is more than one thing. So you could have just your angel and him, and it's technically a party because he's all of those things.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that true, or is it that you'd still need 4 creatures total?
Let's put it this way: this turn doesn't matter because Rin has 4, but I
True.
think that's the reason. So it'd probably be good for you to look up.
Yeah, that
in
will
between.
be relevant
Just
if any
look
of
up
them
the
die.
party mechanic on in between turns
Yeah.
and see if you can find that out, because I think that's the reason it says the number there. That's why the number word is important, because it you could have up to 4, but it's
It
small.
says and also, not or.
Where,
He's a cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard. It would
So
make sense
they could be a stand-in
otherwise
for
it would say
any-
or wizard.
So,
party member, yeah.
anyways, there's multiple cards that have that same text, so this would be very easy for you to just find the party mechanic, and then you could look up the specific rulings for a card like him. But I'm pretty sure that's why it says the number, because otherwise it would always just be 4. Because it says the number of characters in the party.
Yeah.
All right, so Rin, you're moving to combat.
Yeah, this is to remind myself, but these counters go away at the end of turn.
Is that it's just +1/+1 until end of turn?
Yeah.
Okay, it's still really good, but not as crazy as I thought. Yeah.
And yeah.
And then
I am going to attack Chad.
just me.
Maybe.
Okay.
I need to think this out. Did I?
I
Why
have a
was this
full-
Chad?
I have
It was the ability.
because
You
tap.
yeah.
And he has summoning sickness, so he can't attack. Right? So you can attack with those 2, and they each, so it's basically each of them
I'm
is a
gonna attack you for
4/4.
4.
Okay. You also don't forget this ability. You can put +1/+1 counters on everything. his second ability. Make sure you understand.
Oh, well, yeah, but I have to tap him,
Right, but
remove
I-
a 1/1 counter, and then move it.
Totally understand, but just making sure you catch that. So now, what does the ability? So you've attacked, so it gives everyone +1/+1 until end of turn.
And Death Touch, if I
And Death
remember
Touch.
correctly.
Wow.
No, you read this wrong. Sorry, it says put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and they gain Death Touch until end of turn. The +1/+1 is
Oh.
permanent. So this one has 4. Each of those
Then
other
it
ones.
is incredibly strong.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not
It's
bad.
it is 2 different clauses.
Yeah. Right.
Are you-
Was
Go ahead.
I thought I thought it was coming from the ogre.
No, the +1/+1 comes from Nalia. The ogre.
Whenever he
said-
attacks,
Whatever.
Yeah, it says.
defending player loses life, and I gain treasure.
And he gets
Okay,
and they
gotcha,
get treasure. So,
gotcha, that
so
makes sense.
all Ren's getting in this one is the Death Toucher with extra.
All that they're getting
And right
is
now,
Death Touch.
X would be 4.
Yes.
It's
if
not
he,
attacking
if he,
party.
If he
it's-
attacks.
Yeah.
Right,
If,
okay.
if he attacks,
Gotcha.
it would
We
be
good? All right, so you're attacking me for 4. In response, I'm going to tap 2, so red and blue, and Myriad Landscape to search for 2 lands. They come into play tapped, and then I'm going to tap 3 to sacrifice Burnished Heart, search for 2 lands, and put them in the battlefield tapped. I'm going to go find 4 lands, put them in the battlefield tapped, and I will take the 4 damage. So
I really thought you were about to pull out some
Yeah,
crazy
I was
counter
like,
spell
oh
there.
God,
and
what's
Ramp's
going
not
on?
bad either, but that's just so funny. I just,
Yeah, no,
yo, you're hitting me. Here's all my land.
Look at these lands. Aren't they great?
I like to envision as your tiny little doe creature just like pooped out land and ran away.
Yeah.
Could
Yeah,
you have
pretty much.
declared as, that as a blocker?
No, because he was tapped. I
Oh,
attacked
okay,
him.
gotcha.
Yeah, Burnished Heart is fun in that it can do that. You can block with it and then sacrifice it in response.
Chad's just bad at magic.
No, you just didn't block with something big enough to hurt it. So,
Rip the goat,
Yeah.
by the way.
all right, good go. All right, so
I didn't really block with it.
Did I take? You took 4 for me. Are you marking
yeah.
me 4? Okay. Yep.
How to make
See,
sure I
if
counted my
we
mana
look
right.
at Rin's board state real quick, this is exactly why Nalia was my second choice if Chris was going to take Captain Nagathrod or...
Although, but when you think about it, though, that is officially the commander deck so far that has the most busy work that you have to do.
The other thing to keep in mind, especially for Rin, is this is the kind of deck that gets blown out by a board wipe. Because it's all about laying a bunch of creatures out, and if you're not careful to maintain some creatures in your hand, even if it feels like, oh, I could cast another one, then in theory you could get blown out, and then you're going to take a lot longer to rebuild. So it's good if you've got a reasonable board state to kind of hold back a little bit and save some gas in your hand, so that if there's a big board wipe, you can catch up faster.
I was gonna say, I have a feeling that somewhere in that deck is a great bring back a large amount of creatures card, yeah.
I did not play a land for turn.
I don't
Doesn't
think you
look
did.
like it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think you did. That makes sense.
That was a weird way to ask a question.
Yeah.
I did not play a land for turn.
I am
Correct.
stating it. I am stating it.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Okay.
Correct.
All right, so I'm gonna untap my big pile of
Aggressively
basics.
asking
You guys
questions.
with all your special lands, and
Yeah,
me
yeah.
just being basic dragon. Such a basic dragon. Draw for turn. All right. I'm going to correctly play my Path of Ancestry this turn. So if you saw in my head, I was trying to do that. I could do both of those things that turn, but I
Yeah.
forgot that the Myriad Landscape, I also had to tap it. So that's where my math went wrong, and I was like, oh, I won't be able to do it. That's why I need to play a land last turn. So now I
sense.
can play that.
Makes sense.
All right. So
Asterisk, but makes sense.
what was that? I'd like it. The asterisk is just gonna be the worst running joke in this entire project.
I mean, yeah, it's already getting its own emote eventually, so...
it's true. It's true. Actually, we'll do that one last. So I'll be in first main. We're gonna tap red, blue, and 3 to cast my commander Furkrag, Cunning Instigator. You heard Rin tell you about what they do before, but I'm going to read it again. Flying Haste. Whenever one or more dragons you control attack an opponent, goad target creature that player controls. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, if that creature had to attack this turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on Furkrag, Cunning Instigator, and you draw a card. So I am going to attack. Let's see. Okay, so next turn, Rin can do 6.
I just gotta say, that is an amazing username.
Oh yeah. Also an amazing use of the emote
Yes.
of Chad Asterisk.
It's very accurate. It looks like I'm looking at the asterisk fondly.
You love it so much, and that's why you keep coming back to get more.
Love this asterisk. All right. So I think the best one I can do would be to, and he's a 3,
Got a 3/2 and a 3/7.
and he makes you mill 10.
Whenever it attacks, defending player mills 10 cards.
Whenever it attacks, not even when it hits. That's pretty good.
5, 6. I mean, I think I'm going to attack Rin so I can goad your Angel, because I think honestly getting hit for 12 in the air is gonna suck.
Yep, definitely.
So I'm gonna attack Rin for so I have a flying hasty attacking
12.
boy.
Yeah, it's gonna get
It's gonna
bigger.
get double strike and you get +1/+1, right? So you get 3 coming at you in the air. Blocks or
Nope, I only got the angel.
yep. So you just take 3. I get to goad one of your creatures. I'm going to goad the angel. So the angel, we're going to use this as a little goad reminder. And then, God. Well, actually, you're probably going to need them because my whole deck is just all goad spells.
Yeah.
And then, chat. Do I want to keep up removal or play fun cards? I think we want to play fun cards, right? Let's play fun cards, and then we'll deal with the rest later. Because actually, I don't think this one actually matters that well. What's your creature?
I have 3/3. It's my commander, and it's whenever I play a card or land from exile, I get a 2/2 green wolf.
This could be interesting then. Okay, I'm gonna play the card versus the, I'm not playing the removal I was thinking of, let's put it that way. I'm gonna play a Goblin Spymaster. It's a first strike, has 2/1 first strike, and at the beginning of each opponent's end step, that player creates a 1/1 red goblin creature token with creatures you control each attack each combat if possible, if able. So every one of you every turn gets a goblin, and all of the goblins say you have to attack every turn, and you have to attack the next turn with the goblin and everything else you control. So everyone gets to attack a lot. This is a great tool to use in decks you want to make the game go fast.
Do you have
'cause
any
everyone's
goblins?
attacking. I will have goblins. So, but it won't happen until your end step, so it won't affect you this turn.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to, with that, pass my turn.
All right. On tap, upkeep, draw for turn.
I have
I'm going
goblins
to
at the
play
ready.
a
Perfect amount.
Rogue's Passage,
Hey, yeah.
and then
I feel like you used that to devastating effect, or tried to use that to devastating effect in last. Oh, no, that was you. You
Yeah,
had.
I had a rogue's passage on one of my. I hit people for.
what creatures do you
half
have up?
their
How
health.
much power and toughness on them?
4/4
Okay.
and a 3/5.
And then the other ones are a 5/5, and what's your commander's? Is that also a 4/4?
Yeah.
I mean, if you could take something out, taking out that one that does the damage and treasures is definitely the biggest threat, because the angel ability is only for 1 turn.
Yeah, so what happens when the saga resolves?
It just, you exile, it goes away.
But the angel stays.
Yeah,
Just
100%. The angel,
without-
you created the token as a step. It doesn't have any part of it. It just ends and then it goes away. Did you figure out the rule on parties?
No, I did not.
Make sure you have that at the ready in case he does remove one of your creatures.
I'm going to tap 5. I'm going to cast Captain Nagathrot. I'm going to have to look up how to say this name.
Yeah.
Horrors you control have menace. Whenever a horror you control deals combat damage to a player, that player mills that many cards. At the beginning of your end step, choose a target artifact or creature card put into an opponent's library that was put there from their library this turn. Put it onto the battlefield under your control.
Gross.
I am going to move to combat, and I'm going to swing at Rin with both of my horrors. So that's a 3/7 and a 3/2. They both have menace and can't be blocked by just a single creature.
And if
Also,
there's an attack
Nemesis
trigger.
of Reason attacks, so you mill 10 cards.
So first things first, you mill 10 on the attack trigger. Then you can respond to the attack with anything you want to do. Now, and it says if it does combat damage to a player, can you read that ability again?
That
No,
player
doesn't
mills that many cards.
And that your commander doesn't have to be in the combat for that trigger to happen. It's just
Nope, and
As long as it's a
it's not
horror.
even it's whenever a horror.
a horror. And are both of the things attacking horrors?
They absolutely are.
And then what's the last thing that it says? The last ability?
At the beginning of your end step, you can choose target artifact or creature card in an opponent's graveyard that was put there from their library this turn. Put it onto the battlefield under your control.
So if either of those horrors land, then he can put any creature that is in the ones you mill now, plus how many more will they have to mill?
3
And
per.
6 total. So out of the 16 cards you mill, you can put any creature from that or artifact into play. If you block and your creature dies, he can put that creature into play too.
Well, I can only block one of them.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So when you're thinking about it, just realize he's going to get to put something into play. The question is, do you trust the killing a couple of your creatures more, or do you having access to those, or what you might mill from your library? When you think
Well,
about,
I mean, I don't really have a choice, do I?
Yes,
Because
you-
I can block
No,
the
you-
smaller creature,
you could block that would.
but that's all I can do, is block the smaller creature.
You could sacrifice to the big creature. And
I could, but
It's
why
not-
would I do that?
You would no wait. The big creature.
They both have power 3.
Yeah, they both have. You
Oh,
could
yeah.
kill.
Yeah, but the other one has a toughness of 7.
Right.
yeah,
I'm
you're
not
right.
gonna-
You're right. You should go for the small one. Yeah.
But you would be
I-
able to do that.
Chad,
You would,
don't
also
don't
death
tell
touch.
them that
also,
they.
also
no,
death
they have
touch.
to understanding.
Yeah.
They have.
Oh,
they
I do have
four.
seven.
The numbers are all
Right.
out there. We don't need to.
Yeah.
I can't do math.
They also
We don't
have
need to
death
draw a
touch.
lot of attention to that.
No.
Well, I don't want
Only
that
Angel.
thing living that long. So I would much rather Rin not give you a ton of big potentially bombs from their deck that are in their library, and I don't want you necessarily be able to kill, because actually I don't even think 3. I don't think your creature kills either of them.
I think everyone should just target Dylan from here on out.
Neither of your creatures. So whichever one you let's put it this way. Right?
Everything out. Okay.
Wait, whichever one you block, you're going to kill, and neither of your creatures are going to die. So that's a starting point to consider. 2, you could.
Don't you have death touch on one of your creatures?
No.
Angel.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Wouldn't. Isn't that? No, it's a 3/5, isn't it? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would recommend you block the one that's making people
Oh,
mill 10
well,
cards, because
this gives
that.
death touch till end of turn.
Yeah. The blocking the one that gives you that mills the cards regardless is just a bad thing to have on the board, because he, especially knowing that he's gonna get cards no
Is
matter
that
what.
the bigger one?
Yeah.
That does
There
that?
isn't a. You mean when you just say bigger,
Bigger
butt?
tougher.
toughness.
Yeah, bigger- yeah.
Yeah, bigger butt.
But you're gonna be able
Yeah.
to kill that one unless he pumps it, which he's tapped out, so he won't be able to.
No, I have one island up.
Oh, there you go. With that blue +1/+1 spell that everyone knows about. My point is, so
colorless,
tell us what you mill first, because that's gonna happen no matter what. And now you know the deal.
Well, I have 10, so
10.
I mill 10 no matter what.
Yeah. So tell us creatures and artifacts that are relevant, so we know what he might end up getting.
Tap to add white and black. That's an
That just
artifact.
just say signet, say this
Oh.
creature, just big things or whatever.
Nighthawk Scavenger with flying, death touch, and lifelink.
Okay. Anything else?
Got some lands. Mother of Ruins.
That's good. Mother of Ruins is great as a
That's another
defensive
protection.
card.
Protection
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
color.
All right, so you got 2 creatures. I would put the creatures and the artifact on top, because he is going to get to choose if he wants something from that, and he's going to get to mill some more.
Okay.
So now you got to pick your blockers. You don't tap to block, Ren.
Ah,
Just
I'm
you're
doing
blocking,
that so that I remember.
You're blocking with both
But
of
you
these.
can. What do you have to remember?
Well, I don't know.
So
As soon as they block, it doesn't matter anymore.
I've played
and
quite a
they
few
can do
games
exactly
where
the same thing.
you do your first attacking phase, and then there's some weird card out there where you have to do a second.
That
and then
doesn't
you
matter.
Can't.
That doesn't matter though. You just declare your blockers. These are your blockers. You're blocking that
They
creature,
also
right?
heal
Probably
at the
the-
end of combat. So.
I need to just not excuse my bad habit. It's a bad habit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're blocking the big dude who just
Yeah.
came
Nemesis
over.
of Reason
All right.
is getting blocked, right?
So
Get with the big booty.
they're doing 7 damage to him, and you get to assign 3 damage any way you want to those creatures. It is relevant because the damage doesn't go away at the end of combat; it's at the end of the turn.
Oh, that's
So
okay.
you can
Yeah,
do
that's
additional spells in the second main phase that could kill a creature.
relevant. Okay.
So usually in this case, even though you didn't kill it, you still do want to assign the damage. Like, for instance, if you assign the 3 damage onto Macias, if Rin were to tap it to give a +1/+1 counter over, it would die. Because it technically would then be a
zero,
3/3.
yeah.
I think I should have played this differently, but oh well.
Okay, so
Um,
who are you assigning your
I
damage
can't
to?
go back in time, so
That's why it has to be a
at the
time
table.
traveler.
I guess the orc one.
The Macias is the right one because
Okay,
then
yeah.
Rin can't use that ability and pass the +1/+1 counters. You're not going
Yes.
to kill the orc this turn.
Yes.
Cool.
So
That's
this is
what
it.
I meant
No,
when
no,
I said
no,
the
no.
orc.
That's not how it works. You just have 3 points of damage on that creature that you have to remember until end of turn.
Okay, and now Woe Strider does 3 damage to you,
So you take 3.
and
Mill 3.
you mill 3 more. And then I get to choose one of those.
Any more creatures?
No, they're all lands.
So getting all their
Kind of not bad, honestly.
yeah.
Out of the all.
That's
this
all
is
lands. Okay, let's just look. So instant, enchantments, lands, instant, lands. So yeah, there's some good lands in here though. Honestly, the Vault of Archangels is great. Gives creatures Death Touch and Lifelink, and a couple of the instants he hit are really good.
I'm pretty happy with this deck so far.
Yeah.
I'm.
I think it's got a cool.
It's got-
It's
that's
one
fun.
of the
I'm taking
more
Nighthawk Scavenger.
D&D themed ones. I thought.
a vampire rogue with
cool.
flying, death touch, and lifelink. Its power is equal to 1 plus the number of card types among cards in your opponent's graveyards.
Oh
Wow.
wow! Of
That's
all the
great
decks
for
to
your
take that
deck.
away from,
That's
yeah.
precisely what I was thinking.
And you get a goblin. Look at you.
Hey, a goblin!
It's a goblin.
Sorry. I don't know who said that. That
goblin
was
out.
really weird. I think somebody in chat came. I don't
Weird
know.
noises.
Yeah, then I am going to pass the turn.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's do some untapping and a draw.
We don't still have that creature that I made here, do we?
No, not
Okay,
yet.
so
Okay.
No, we gotta keep.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna
Okay,
say. Say it when someone's like searching or something.
Yeah, I am playing Raging Ravine and it's just tapped, and then I'm going to play.
And Ren, you looked up the party thing, right?
yeah,
Is it still not clear?
I mean, no, it's very clear. People are just saying, yeah, just reread the card. It says and.
So
Reading
it's
the
all of
card
them.
explains the card.
Yeah, but it only counts as one creature. But he's everything in the party, but he is one person.
Right.
So does that mean
he's a party of one.
changelings also, since they're every creature type?
Yeah, of course.
So that's
Does
even
it?
better than I
Because-
thought.
Is that a creature type? Or is that like a
Okay,
separate
yeah, changeling
thing?
is-
I gotta.
Yeah.
Can I see your phone? With this
Yeah,
has
I'm
the
just like
party.
on a Reddit thread.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so I'm gonna play.
That's
1, 2.
No, it counts as one member of the party, so it can fill any spot.
That's
That's
what I thought.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So the
Barack's only
person-
counts as one member of your party for the bit, even though it can count as any of the creature types.
Okay, so the
I was gonna
person.
say changelings would be absolutely overpowered in
Well,
any deck.
no, no, because I was reading a commenter that had the wrong idea then, but I understand why, because it says and a changeling can only be one creature type. This specifically says
A
he is
changeling
this and this.
Isn't a
and
changeling
this,
every creature type?
Yes.
all at once?
Yep.
Oh, then it would be broken. Yeah, that would be busted.
So I played Terramorph. I searched for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield. It was a mountain. I have to shuffle, and then I'm gonna keep doing things. But yeah, anything that you learned about this party mechanic?
So yes, guys. So here's where it works. So a complete party is 4, right? But a partial party would be 3, 2, or 1.
Yep.
That character serves the role of one of any of the members of the party, and the X means 1 to 4.
Yeah.
So if he attacks by himself,
yeah,
it's
okay,
1.
that makes-
If him and a warrior attack, it's
Oh, they
2.
attack
That
together.
checks out.
Okay.
That checks out.
Whatever,
Yeah.
or however many are in your party. That's the whole point. Is a party is those.
It doesn't have to be a complete party.
Right,
for
but if
him
you
to
had
activate.
one
Yep.
warrior, one wizard, one cleric, and 6, whatever the 4th one is, rogues, it would still only be a party of 4. It just, that's one of the rogues is in the party.
Makes sense.
Wait, so he. Sorry, I was still looking at the rules.
We'll get there when we get there, but go ahead, Chris.
That is gonna be my turn. And Terramorph will come back next turn, exiled, and I get to play it again for free.
You get a goblin.
I get a goblin. And wait, so that's at the end of my turn, so I don't actually have to attack this.
Nope, end of your
Okay.
turn, so it's for next turn.
Cool. Yeah.
And you have a blocker now. If you block with it in theory, you don't have that ability against you next turn.
Okay. Interesting.
So there's ways around this thing, but it's also
Little
sometimes
guy.
you're gonna attack anyway, so keep it up or whatever.
Time for me to exile my own graveyard.
Yeah. Honestly, in this situation where Dylan can take advantage of your graveyard, sometimes that might not be an awful idea.
Luckily,
To
he
be
can
fair-
only do it the turn it comes. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only the stuff
that
that gets
turn.
put into the graveyard that turn.
I'm sure that deck has nothing else. It can pull stuff from other people's graveyards.
Absolutely
Totally
not.
couldn't steal cards. Yeah.
There's also definitely not cards that mill half a player's deck or anything like that.
Never. Who would've
That's
thought?
not
Who
a
would
thing
do
that
that?
exists, and that would be overpowered
Yeah.
in this deck, and
All
so
right.
that's why it doesn't exist.
Rin is untapped.
No need
There
to
would
worry.
never be
Don't
like a
forget, you
fish or
are
anything like
goaded.
that.
Your angel is goaded this turn. You go to your 3rd thing, which says angels get double strike until end of turn. So,
Yeah, fun times.
Yeah.
Fast times.
Oh, also, at the end of Chris's end step, I want to tap Micaeus.
Sure.
Okay. Good call.
And then tap him back.
Wait, no, that's.
Then he untaps at my upkeep.
Oh, to put a +1. Oh, not to give everyone else the +1/+1.
That. Oh,
So-
it is each other. Shit.
I
didn't
mean, that could
misread
happen
that.
during your turn now if you wanted it to, but there you go.
Do you want to
I saw
instead
that
give?
look.
Do you want to in every?
Well, I'm just gonna have to start keeping a
Hey,
tally
I'm-
of how many
I'm
times you're breaking
on
our
drums.
Mulligans swearing.
Yeah.
That's
Medication.
something to be proud of.
Rin, do you want to remove a counter from him and give everyone else +1/+1, or do you want to pump him alone? Because you could do either of those things. You were on.
Yeah, at the end of Chris's end step, I would.
So you were on 4. So you're gonna
So
move it down to
3.
3.
Yeah.
I think that's a better. That's not a.
Yeah.
That would be funny though.
There
There
are-
are some things do work like that.
Just
What
yeah.
is
I mean
the-
that's
what is
effectively
the
what
next
what's it
step?
called?
Proliferate or
proliferate.
yeah.
There are any like 2 double-sided sagas?
I like how you did it correctly this time and wait till his end step to do it, or strategically if necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did things. I know things. Know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But again, do you see how also because of by choosing that as a creature, Rin wasn't able to do that during their turn, so couldn't like buff it to if maybe there had been something to kill your creature
Yeah,
or whatever.
that makes sense.
All right.
This is really interesting effect that I'd never seen before.
At the end of this one, this goes away, so it happens. It goes away, but the effect is there. So they have double strike until.
I think you just asked this, but some sagas do flip into something else. That one doesn't. But
That was
Yeah, that was the
Neo
Kamigawa
thing.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you played a
I'm
land
playing
for turn.
Starlit Sanctum. Yeah.
Okay. What? I don't think anyone knows what that. People probably haven't seen that one before. What's
It's
that
a
do?
tap for
Wow.
colorless, and for white, I can tap it and sacrifice a cleric. I gain life equal to the sacrificed creature's toughness. For black and tapping it, I can sacrifice a cleric, and target player loses life equal to sacrificed creature's power.
that poor cleric.
Chad, I just want to say that was a really inventive way to say I don't know what that card does.
No,
I think the people at home might not understand.
Listen. I'm.
To be fair, none of us did, but
I am no like encyclopedic knowledge of Magic cards person, but like if I don't know what it is and never have even heard of that card, I'm guessing that most people aren't going to know.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Does anybody have any really cool creatures in their graveyards?
I have the Burnished Heart. That is it.
I got
He is
nothing.
He is
I have
the
the
mill guy.
Nemesis of Reason, yeah.
Oh, that's true. Spread the mill, yeah.
Yeah, how does that work?
Whenever it attacks, defending player mills 10 cards.
So you don't even have to hit them. Just as long as you can make it to combat, you're good.
It's gonna really hurt me how bad I misplayed, I think, on this last turn.
Maybe.
Maybe
How often do these goblins get created?
every turn.
That's fun.
Goblins for everybody.
Goblin.
And if they keep, like if you don't have a good way to kill them, or like people
Yeah.
just keep letting them live because it's more good to like kill your other things, then it's really fun because then you have like 5 of them and you're like, I need to kill these things so I can stop attacking, but they just like, no, we're still here, let's go.
It is a kind of it's also a great artwork on this
Yeah.
goblin for that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The Spymaster is very fun.
What did I already forgot the name of it, the guy you took from me.
Nighthawk Scavenger.
Is that
Flying, Death Touch, Lifelink. Its power is equal to 1 plus the number of cards among creatures or the card types among cards in opponents' graveyards.
Card types in all opponents' graveyards. So we probably should just have a count now so you know. So we have Artifact, Land, Enchantment. I'm pretty sure Rin has Instant, Artifact, Land, Enchantment, Instant.
I've got a
creature.
sorcery in
That
my...
makes
Creature.
me very happy.
Anything else that... Does anyone have a sorcery?
Yeah, I've got a sorcery. I've got
6.
Kodama's Reach in mine. Yeah.
I think it's a 6 right now.
So it's actually a 7 because it's 1 plus.
Sure.
that.
I am playing Puppeteer Click. It has
Yeah.
flying. It is a 3/2. I also really like that the fairies are the same as in, is it Vermilion Click or Vendilion?
Yep, they're from the same plane.
When Puppeteer Click enters the battlefield, put target creature card from an opponent's graveyard onto the battlefield under my control. It has haste. At the beginning of my next end step, exile it.
Ooh.
Taking your mill boy.
That hurts.
My
that
son.
hurts so bad. I definitely misplayed so bad, and it's like coming back to bite me in the worst possible way.
All right, Rin, are you going to combat? Or you got more actions before?
Yeah.
We gotta move a little bit faster, but
Yeah, sorry, I did no
Yeah.
research into any of these decks
it's
before
fine.
playing,
But just,
so
I mean, I
don't know
can
what
help
any of
you.
the
I
cards
can
do.
help you as much as you know.
Well, I know I'm gonna attack Dylan with this.
Cool.
Yep, bet.
So,
go ahead and
I'm
tap
gonna-
it. You know
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna attack.
enter. Well, no, I'm gonna enter combat first.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
no
have a
responses
full
to enter
party.
combat.
Yeah.
So you got a trigger
I will
there.
say I think I would do the same thing if I were you, but also I think there's a better
You're
chance
welcome.
that the Dimir deck has ways to get stuff out of its graveyard.
True.
At the beginning, you have a full party. Put a +1/+1.
Or have a
and
pocket
all
card
of-
like
on each
Aetherize
creature,
or...
on each creature you control, and those creatures
Get
gain-
Death Touch.
Yeah, so all of your creatures got a +1/+1 and have Death Touch. Okay,
That'll do it.
that'll do. All right, so you're attacking Dylan.
Yes. And I gotta figure out
What
all
to do with
I'm
your rest of your
doing.
dudes.
Yeah. So what are your creatures?
1/1 goblin, 3/3 my commander that creates wolves when I cast things from exile. And it lets me discard a card. That's pretty neat.
Can't attack with that because it doesn't have haste.
Yeah.
You should definitely be attacking with that.
I'm going to be attacking Dylan with the angel that is a
Double strike.
7,
Yeah.
and 4, 8. I can do math
And
real
then
good.
what about your guy that gets the treasures and stuff and does extra damage? There's no reason not to.
I'm gonna attack you, actually.
That's fine. I'm just saying I wouldn't not attack
Yeah,
with him.
so
That's
Chad, I'm attacking you with the 6/6 and a 7/9.
Okay.
And Dylan, you have to mill 10.
Yep. So let's be real clear on this. So you're attacking
Chasm
Dylan.
Skulker.
You're attacking Dylan with those two.
Yep.
You're attacking me with those two. So first there's an attack trigger. Dylan mill 10.
Yep. Boom.
All right, then
Consider 10
I
milled.
do my blocks first. I am, as much as I want to keep the Goblin Spymaster out, I just think it's not necessarily worth taking 6 life for. So I think I'm gonna block. Does this say it has to do combat damage or when it attacks?
When it attacks.
Okay, so well, then you have another attack trigger. You have to declare your attack triggers. So you declared attacks against me. That means it attacks.
So you lose 4 life,
I lose 4 life.
and I get 4
Sorry.
treasure tokens.
Did I mess it up? Is it good?
No, I think it's actually all right.
Okay.
Also, choose
I
a
am a little bit to the right here.
background.
Just choose a
from
background
the-
as a function from the
Oh,
new
because
set.
Rin was leaning
But-
over.
but
I was like,
it's
why
okay.
is it
So you
weird?
get 4 treasure tokens.
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty darn good. And your
Let's see if I have treasure tokens.
hitting me.
There's
for
a gold
6.
here if you wanted. This is essentially treasure.
I gotta.
There's a
Yeah,
difference
yeah.
between gold and treasure, but okay. So
Oh,
you're
okay.
hitting me for 11. So I'm
Don't
gonna
have to tap gold.
block the 7.
Wow. It's like
Um,
very niche, but it is
It's
just
not
objectively
trample or anything,
always
so
better.
I'll just block it with the Goblin Spymaster. At that point, I'll just take 6, but that's a total of 10 for the turn. So that's pretty
pretty
darn
rough.
good. So
Yeah.
and then
And I've
you
got
declare
18 coming at me, right?
so you got 7 times 2, which is
So you could block
14
one half of that.
and
Yeah,
4,
but
so
you'd
yeah,
lose it.
18.
Yeah.
The 7 double strike is flying, right?
Yep.
And double strike means it does first strike damage,
Right.
so
It'll
it'll hit
kill-
first.
And they both have death touch.
Right.
Yeah. So whatever you block with it will die.
I'm gonna declare my goblin as a blocker on my guy,
Yeah.
and then before combat resolves, I'm going to sacrifice him and scry 1.
So you're taking all that air damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's still 14.
A little chunk of damage, just a little bit.
Fun
I-
times.
Did I take the damage yet or not?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Cool.
Bottom library yellow it, even if it's amazing.
All right. Any other? I mean, yeah, Rin, you're doing pretty good. Any other actions?
Stairs at card. Probably something interesting.
Maybe. No, I
It's just
passed
a
turn.
land.
Okay, so then the
Actually, can I cast at instant speed?
well, what's
May
It says
look
you can
at
play at
any
any time, right? Yeah.
It says
so-
I may look at any time.
If it says you can cast it as well, you can play it whenever you want, as long as you have the mana for it.
usually
It doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
It just says you can cast
No,
from the
that's
top
not
of
what
your
it says.
library.
It says you may cast cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard spells from the top of your library. So you can cast it
Okay.
at whatever speed the card is. Imagine
Yeah.
that basically
okay.
you have an additional card in your hand, but you can only play that card if it's one of those things. That's effectively what that ruling is.
Okay.
Okay, so do you have any actions during your second main phase?
Yeah.
So if you, what I would do to make sure that everyone knows that what you're casting is from the top is keep the card on there and like pay the mana and then flip it so we know when you move it to your hand it could be a little bit
Yeah.
iffy. Okay.
It's colorless, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The treasures can be any
sacrifice.
color.
They can be
you
any
want,
color.
Yeah.
And I'm playing Mardu Strike Leader. My ward is getting a little messy here. Whenever Mardu attacks, create a 2/1 Black Warrior creature token.
Nice.
And it also has dash.
Which is an ability that you could push it out
Give
from
it
your
quick
hand,
haste.
give it haste, it attacks and goes back to your hand.
Okay. Yeah, I'd just never seen that
Oh.
before. Which is
Yeah,
why I
That's
was
interesting.
looking at it for
I
so
actually didn't know
long.
that
Go
mechanic
to end
existed.
step. And I think you have an end of turn trigger.
Just that getting removed, right?
No, the puppeteer click. When does the go guy get
Beginning of next end step.
This is your next end step.
Oh yeah. I don't know why I always interpret that as goes around one more turn, next end step.
No. And it's exiled, right?
Rip.
Yep.
Cool. Done?
Yep.
Good turn. That's your board is definitely.
This
this
deck
is.
does a lot of very
Yeah,
different things.
you're in the same
Well, I think you
position I
also
was in.
hit a nice combination of things.
Yeah.
So it's
a lot
really,
of things are triggering with each other
Yeah.
and building. Yeah.
Yeah, it's working well.
You're reminding me of the first sit down we had where I was on Obscura and I was like, oh god, I have to connive like 15 times. Like
I'll get the hang of it.
Yeah.
Let's see. That is.
I'm just a simple wolf creator trying to make their way in the world.
Okay, so that's.
Would you guys be opposed to me looking for my basic land and shuffling before my turn comes for Terramorph? It's just going to come back and cast as soon as my turn starts.
And sorry, new deck, new things to remember. You attacked him and did combat damage. So Fyrkrag triggers. That's what his whole ability is about. If
Yep, you get a +1.
I get a +1/+1 and get to draw a card.
Okay.
So that wouldn't have changed anything because it would have just been the card I draw for turn, and now I drew an extra
Drew
one. But
for turn?
draw does not. you.
Chad's not good at math or English.
Both
I don't
Chad,
know what he's good at.
Both Chad and Rin say the
Thanks.
word across weirdly.
Hey,
It's
don't
interesting.
judge our parents for their poor skills.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I know you love it when I say across.
Yeah, I've grown
Oh.
used to it. But
That's how you guys
they
say
just
it?
add a T for no
Oh.
reason. I was like, what do you do when you move from one side of the street to the other?
You go across the street.
Yeah, you cross the street.
Across?
You go across the street.
A crust.
I'm gonna across the street.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 to play Hedron Archive, which is another rock. Then we're going
Jesus, you got a lot of mana.
to pay
A couple rocks. It's so funny that you're blue,
And he's
blue,
got
red.
a way to
Yeah.
draw cards,
Yeah.
and he's got.
Dylan,
Blue, red, and ramped out of his mind.
3.
your camera doesn't line up.
It delayed.
Oh yeah.
Weird.
1, 2, and 3 to play a.
I appreciate you. Trying to look out though.
Oh, I'm confusing two different mechanics from two different sets.
Uh-oh,
No,
he's
stop,
time
stop.
traveling
The
again.
card of the day is time warp.
Please,
Everybody.
Wait a second. All I did there was start to cast something and say I can't cast it because it's different. That's not quite time travel. It's just reading a card wrong. So fuck y'all. There's mine.
Oh, the mana rock. Okay, that makes so the mana rock was not that expensive.
No.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was.
That's one of my favorite mana rocks, even though it's actually it's not like the most amazing, but I love
So,
it.
so the mana rock was 4. Now it's out, and I have 2 more from that. So I was starting to pay stuff to cast something, and that's not what I actually need to do. Let's go then this turn. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 available. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have a lot there, but that's okay. So we're going to go, you have a 6, 4,
7-3
7, 3.
and a 3-6.
All right. We'll go to combat first. Rin, you have a flying blocker?
It's
No.
tapped for now.
Actually, yes, I do.
Oh, that's right.
Puppeteer is flying. So that's a 4/3.
All right. Oh, it doesn't matter though. It just needs to attack. So it doesn't matter if you block or not. It's a 4/3. You said.
Mm-hmm.
That matters in that it kills it. All right. Well, let's do. What's your other creature right now? The horror.
3-6 and a 7-3.
The one that's tapped. Sorry.
3-2.
It's a 3/2 horror. All right. We're going to do.
Rin, did Rin make goblin on their
No, because mine died.
Oh.
I had to use it as a blocker.
Imagine not having a goblin at least once during the game, really.
Red-
Well, I was like, Woe Strider's perfect because I can just keep sacrificing.
Yeah, that is a good,
No,
good setup.
that's fair. For red and 2, I'm going to Chaos Warp your flyer. So,
Can I,
I knew that was
potentially
gonna come
politic with you?
okay, what's your
I can
policy?
speed this. I can potentially speed this game up a lot.
Go ahead,
if
tell me.
You don't, and I.
So you're not going to attack me with...
I won't block with him if you don't Chaos Warp him.
Okay, so let's put it this way. I'm going to attack you with my
Feel free.
dragon,
Feel free to goad him.
and I can goad him, so you'll take the 4 damage.
Yep.
And, okay, then I will not... I will instead Chaos Warp...
Do you want to?
The angel's gone forever if you cast
There
it.
is a
yeah.
there is a flying blocker over there.
But the point of that...
Or their commander, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess hitting Rin with that, I guess you're gonna get some lifelink off of it. But hitting Rin, I was thinking the one that's making the tokens and doing the damage because I think that's a little bit more annoying.
Maybe the flyer though.
But you could hit him with the flyer, and he has no flying blockers.
Yeah, wolves don't fly.
That's true.
Unfortunately, we're getting there.
I
Also
feel like
have two
Rin's in a
things
better
of
spot
flying.
right now than Chris is.
Fair. Well, I'm taking one of Rin's
I'm living
creatures.
my
I'm just
best life.
wondering if. Okay, so I'm casting Chaos Warp. I am targeting. I really want to.
Flip a coin.
Totally up to you.
Warrior, because I think we can take you off of your. We could take you off of your party by just hitting. I guess the ogre fills the spot. Damn. I'm gonna.
It's a good ogre.
Probably be better to get the
Is it an ogre? Really?
All right. I'm going
Bold of you to
to.
think I don't have a full party backup in my hand.
I'm going to.
Four more
I'm
dudes.
going to target the angel. I'm going to listen to my. You're taking my damage and goading the creature, and hopefully it's good damage is getting through. So I'm gonna. The owner of target permanent shuffles into the library, then reveals the top card of their library. If it's a permanent card, they put it onto the battlefield. So because it is a permanent but not a card, you can't put it into your library. And
Oh, wait, is that not the?
Do counters remain?
I thought you said you had a
they
flying
do.
block.
If they leave the battlefield, they go away.
Rin, do you have the puppeteer click? Oh, I get what you need. Okay, I understand. I thought it was the size. Yes, keep the angel out. Sorry, my apologies.
Is that still goaded? It isn't, right?
No, it's
No,
just go to the once.
just one time.
And pop the puppeteer click.
All right, so gets
Right. So that you shuffle into your library. So here's what again. Let me show you shuffling because you keep doing it.
So I'm going
wrong.
to take my 4 damage.
You're gonna take your no, because now that
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
taken Rin's, you
Alright,
just said
how's
you're gonna
that?
not attack me.
Perfect.
I opened up a lane for you to attack Rin, so I'm gonna attack Rin and goad one of their creatures because your creature's already.
So you were doing a great
effectively
job,
goaded.
and then you went back.
Yeah.
Right. But you nailed it. You nailed it. Rin
You
actually
did
just
too
already shuffled.
You got it.
slippery.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But if you set it on the table, then you don't have. You're trying to hold something bigger than your hand is.
Yeah.
Can I just show you again? So watch.
I don't have this,
Look at this.
the table
So you pick
space.
up your deck, just set it on
You
its
can
side.
put it on top of a card.
No.
Set it on side.
It's
Right.
illegal.
Don't look at the bottom. Just grab a chunk of it and then just kind of wiggle those in. And then you can do the other side. Grab this side. Do the same thing. You know, effectively just keep going back and forth all you want.
Give
I'm
me-
switching hands.
Give me this. No, give me
No.
this card.
No.
Pull it random.
Now, nope. Now you're just gonna go from the top until you hit a permanent. So just show up. That's a permanent.
So-
What is it?
It's a land with the and it keeps its counters.
No.
Oh,
It's just a land. You get a land.
cool.
Congratulations, you have a
Yeah,
land.
you are now the proud owner of a land.
So yeah, so now I'm going to move to combat. I'm going to attack you, Rin. So for 4 in the air.
Yar.
Yarg. So you're going to take 4? Cool. And I'm going to goad your Bruka party leader. Yep. And
Glad I didn't erase
then, let's see. Size of dudes on deck. You have a 3 power. What's the other one?
Me?
Yeah.
I've got a 3/6 and a 7/3.
Okay. A 7/3. And yours is like a 2/2 and a 1/1.
It's a 3/3 and a
3/3 and
1/1.
1/1.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I have 4 untapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am going to cast 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to cast Balroth, Baratul, Entertainer. Creatures your opponents control with power less than Baloth, which is 2, are goaded. And so any 1/1s are goaded. When a goaded attacking or blocking creature dies, you create a treasure token. Choose a background. And I don't have a background. So, but your goaded creature, if it dies, then I get something in exchange.
So that's your end step. I am going to land cycle.
Okay.
With Ash Barrens. I'm
Nice.
going. Actually, just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, time traveler.
I'm not going to do that. All right.
Yep.
Are you done?
Yep.
I almost destroyed my whole strategy right there.
Yeah.
That would have been bad.
By having to shuffle your
Well,
library.
because I scried, and so I knew what I was going to get, and then I almost did that and had to shuffle the library.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to pay 1 and land cycle Ash Barrens. I'm going to find...
I mean, you could do that at anyone's end step. Like, you don't have to do that now. Because you're just getting... Because it comes with play tapped.
Yeah, but now I have a swamp, so this can tap for black.
Ah, look at this guy.
And now I'm gonna be mean.
Look at this guy. Doing some stuff.
So just a, it's not really going to matter, but cards in graveyard in all graveyards has to be at least 20 because that thing did. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So-
Rin alone has 13 at least. I have 4.
Wow, it was exactly 13.
Right, because it was a 10 and a 3, and then I have 4. That's 17. You have 18, and you got a shit ton. So.
So I'm going to tap and cast Night Howler for its bestow cost, which makes it an aura spell with enchant creature. Night Howler and enchanted creature get +X/+X, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards.
Creature cards is different. You said.
You're right.
So
It's still really
it's
good,
still,
though.
yeah, I have
Yeah.
2. So I have here. You probably want to keep a count of this. You have
Yes.
0, right?
I have 0, yeah.
I have 1.
So it's 3.
Nope, it's because it counts mine as well.
yours.
1, 2,
Me
Self-mill,
stealing
not
your
so bad.
creature
4.
is
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah, kind
5.
of working out.
You have 5.
Yeah.
So it's a total of 8 then. So
Okay.
So use a spin down, just to keep track of it, and then if people put stuff in the graveyard, as long as it's up there, you can add to it.
And the 6 still has. That's still counting like all the card types, right?
Right.
Okay.
I don't think there's any more than that. Artifact, creature.
That's what I was thinking.
Land. There's tribal.
Saga? Does Saga count?
I don't. I think it's no. I don't think so. Maybe.
Maybe.
Someone real quick. Is Saga a card type?
Yeah.
It's isn't.
I think it's just an enchantment, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
kinda.
then
That's
if
what I
it-
would think.
No,
yeah.
because the one thing that's what I was wondering, but like, yeah, it's an enchantment type saga.
Yeah, 'cause
versus like
then
a tribal
auras would
instant is
be-
tribal, but that's like a.
Because if you were counting
yeah.
like enchantment auras
yeah,
and
yeah.
sagas,
No,
that'd be
I think
a
it's.
lot.
I think you're right. I think it's a total. I think.
Enchantment. You're right. You're 100% right. Yeah.
So okay, so I think it's 6 still.
Okay.
But it's not a horror, right? That thing isn't your big beefy dude. Isn't a horror.
Correct.
So that.
But he is beefy and lifelinky.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but it was just more like if he was trying to mills like Rin out with that because he was going to be able to swing in for like 30, 20 damage, so you have to mill 20, and as menace or whatever. But unfortunately, it's not a horror.
Say what?
You win some, you lose some. Can you make him spookier? Dude, just put a little mask on or something.
Is it also first strike?
No.
Okay.
Just
That
flying,
would be
death touch,
so
life
bad.
flank.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to move to combat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to swing at Rin with Nighthawk Scavenger.
My own dude.
And you swung at me with my dude. I do not want to hear it.
This
from
is
you.
very fair.
And I am going to swing at Chris with Woe Strider.
Awesome. I'm gonna block my goblin.
It's got
Okay,
menace.
it's got menace because this one is a horror.
No. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
How
So
much
that
is the night?
So that's 7 plus 8, 15. Flying, death touch, lifelink.
What the? I didn't say it.
So first off, Chris has responses and declares blockers.
What the
Yeah,
poopy?
so it's a 2/2 with menace.
3/2.
3/2 with menace. So okay, but like
So block it with your commander, dude. Just see what happens.
Is it death touchy?
No.
No.
But it will kill your commander.
But like
As
I
of right
could
now.
double block.
You could
couldn't I?
double block,
But
and
I
it's
will
you-
still- I will
yeah,
still kill your
You get to
commander.
assign.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, I will still kill your commander if you double.
What would you do if like I wanted you to just like kill my goblin though? Okay, well what could I do for you to just kill my goblin?
No, then you just don't block and take the 3 and then mill 10 cards.
No, I want the goblin.
he only mills 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want the goblin dead though.
I can't help you with that. Sorry.
But if I block with both and you're like, I want to kill the goblin, and then your dude will die, but I'll do something. I don't know what that
What
is.
would be in it for me?
I don't know. See, well, okay, so
This
you would
is a
lose.
shitty
You would lose.
negotiation
No, you would
tactic.
lose this. This thing's strong enough to survive what I could do. This thing's strong enough to survive what I could do. They've got kind of just weird general stuff going on. But like, what's the toughest of your creatures, Chad?
5 and 4.
And Rin, you've got.
Rin's got
some beefy.
Okay,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
The most
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
have at all is a 7.
True.
And
That
most-
which is more than anybody
7.
but
The most I
Nighthawk
have,
Scavenger.
The most I have right
also,
now,
they're all
I
going to get
only
plus
have a
1, plus
4/4.
1
No.
every time
I
that they
only have
attack,
one.
and they also all
Yeah.
get death touch when they attack.
That's true.
No.
Yeah.
Is it?
On your
Yes.
turn. On your turn.
So, oh,
yeah.
And
I
you're
thought
giving
it
them
was
+1/+1
No.
from Achaeus too.
I'm just the
Yeah.
poor
really
weak.
Sorry, I don't think whatever Chris is gonna do, he's gonna do regardless of
Yeah,
that.
that's- yeah.
I think the only
I'm
difference is you mill 3 cards, Chris, and you're gonna have to attack with your commander.
I don't
goblin.
have
I
any
don't want the
creatures.
goblin god to-
I have no creatures
You gotta
over
get me out of here.
I have nothing.
Okay,
no,
I'm
it's
not gonna
it's
lie,
okay.
it does
Are you-
kind of hurt
Yeah,
me
yeah,
that
yeah.
I didn't read the creature part. The card makes a lot more sense that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's still not
I was
bad.
like, oh, I'm gonna knock Rin out of the game and speed it up a lot.
And
Ooh.
remember, all of the damage happens at the same time. So wait a second, because we don't want that to
Oh,
contribute
okay.
to the numbers there.
Sure.
So you're not blocking, I guess, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think I already took my damage.
That's fine.
If that's okay.
But generally speaking, you let everyone declare blockers and take damage.
Yeah,
Damage
yeah.
all happens at
For
the
sure.
same time.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
And you
17.
had okay, so you're
15.
50, and so now there's a trigger because
And then
he
I
did
get
damage.
the
Yeah,
life link.
Yeah.
Yup.
And the trigger just says they mill it, and then at the end of the turn you can get cards milled that way.
There's only one creature, and he's weird. You might like him. I don't know.
You might be
I
into
mean, he's
this.
might be
better,
into that.
than nothing. you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him over.
All right, so that's your end step. So you're done too.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
I've got one
Yeah.
blue man up. There's nothing that I'm doing on my turn with that. So,
Okay.
yeah. I'll pass the turn.
Oh, thank you. All right. Well, let's do some untapping and such.
And don't forget to draw.
Oh yeah.
You tend to do that.
Me? Never.
What?
Oh right. Hey, cool. Well, I am going to use rebound on this so that I
I
can.
was gonna knock Rin out of the game right there.
You're
was a
just
devastating
saying
realization.
total number of cards in all graveyards. There's-
So I'm casting Terramorph from Exile, rebound.
Yeah.
And then that means that I am casting a spell from Exile and creating
Nice.
a wolf.
Ow.
Gawoo. And then I'm gonna grab a basic land and put it onto my battlefield. So then I'll have to shuffle anyway, but yeah, put a mountain down.
Oh, just that it wasn't anything about the top 3. You just grabbed a couple cards and you're like, oh, basic line, then they're somewhere.
Yeah.
Put it on the table.
I did.
No.
Put the. Yeah.
We
They
know
both
how
are
to shuffle.
really worried
I swear.
about putting the deck sideways on top of other cards.
This does not hurt the cards.
No, the thing is, it's slippery.
Well, that is true.
That's why you have hands holding it.
But and again, also next time
with which to
we're
grab.
recycling the sleeves from the playing with brand new sleeves is just like this. You have to get a little bit of grime on them so they don't slide.
you gotta build up the grind.
Does it come into play tapped?
Let's go play in the
No,
mud
it
real
just comes
quick,
back
guys.
into the battlefield. That's not even me playing a land for the turn, as far as I can tell.
Can I read that?
Yeah,
That's
Terramorph.
dope.
Yeah.
No. Oh, sorry. The Terramorph. I thought it was your commander that was doing that because you
Dude,
cast
I
it from exile.
wish. Yeah, no, that'd be
Oh,
great.
okay. Search library for basic land, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle it. No, you 100% just get to play it.
Yeah. And then
Tell me why I just looked down and realized this dude is a 7/7 with trample.
I know it's real good. It's real good.
Oh man.
All right. Well, then we're gonna go. Yeah.
I haven't read the card yet. Chad
It's
knows
good.
more about
It's
it than
real
I do
good.
at this
It's
point.
good, but it's weird.
Yeah.
Once each turn, you may pay. Okay, guys, just because Dylan doesn't read things, so this is learning to read with Dylan. Trample. Once each turn, you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for a creature spell you cast
Yo, what?
from exile.
True.
So
What?
it has to be that you have a creature card in exile that has a cast from exile ability.
That sounds
Oh, that's so
busted.
good for your
Which
deck.
I know,
which
right?
is
Yeah.
which is
That sucks.
the-
I'm taking great cards from you guys.
The creature, so casting stuff from exile is, for instance, when you cast
Adventure,
the adventure portion cast first, then the card goes to exile and you cast a creature from exile. So as long as this guy's in play, you basically get to cast them.
And there's also some teeny tiny ones that have adventures that are like you can just keep rolling through them. Honestly, yeah.
You would no, because once you cast it and it, let's say it dies, then you'd have to bring it back to your hand to recast it.
No, but I mean, like, if you had a small cost adventure, you could be like, boop, cast it back if it has a small mana cost, and then do it again, and then like, boop.
No, you would.
You can't do that.
No, because once you play. So let's say you have a card that like the giant that I think it's red, do 2 damage to any creature. And then for red and 2, you cast the giant. Although the giant's in play, you can't cast the spell again to get the creature in exile. He's just a creature. If
Oh,
he dies,
yeah,
he goes
yeah.
to the graveyard.
Gotcha.
So you could bounce it to your hand, cast it, redo that.
You just need a way to set it all up. Yeah, okay.
But that's so it's an interesting card, but a free 7/7 freaking
It's
trampler.
totally nuts, right?
Yeah. Scorpion. What? Scout?
Scorpion Scout.
Yeah.
Weird.
Everybody has seen a Scorpion Scout before, you know?
Obviously.
Just on the road.
Very common, very common thing.
All right.
In real life, not even in
So
on the
still
side
first
of the
main,
road.
haven't gone to combat yet?
Haven't even gotten past the first man. Yeah. All right.
Well, just because you got goated things.
Mm-hmm. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to play Escape to the Wilds, which is exile the top 5 cards of your library. You may play cards exiled this way until the end of my next turn, and I may play an additional land this turn.
Nice.
1, 2, 3.
And you did play a land for turn already,
I
right?
have not, because it was Terramorph. And it's not, I just put it on the
So,
battlefield.
sorry, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So you just played the one from there. You haven't even played your land
I haven't
for
even
turn.
played a land for turn yet. So
Yeah, go ahead and reveal.
this is gonna be interesting to keep track of like my exiled cards with this deck. But
Yeah, especially with the game space we have, a lot of times like I would set them off to the side. So what you might want to do is make a new zone like
Yeah.
on the right side there and just kind of stack them where your hand is.
this is like my exile.
No,
this is
sorry,
like my
no. Like
playable.
keep them on the board so people can see them.
Oh, okay.
So put those down there and just kind of line them up.
Yeah. So these are my exiled 5.
And so this one says if you play it from exile, you make a wolf.
Yep. So one
play
of these.
or cast.
Yeah, one of these is a land. I haven't even played a land for turn yet, so I'm playing the land.
Okay.
And I'm making a wolf.
If you want to put
I
counters.
think it's going to build up pretty
Yeah.
quickly, so yeah. 2 wolves, and then I still have a decent amount of mana left. Let's see.
You want to just tell us what you got exiled, just so
I
everyone...
do. I have a Sandworm Convergence, which stops flyers from being able to attack me and makes green worms at the end of every turn.
Just attack you. Wait, don't forget to turn off your mic.
Yeah. It can't attack me. And then is it Chemister, which is I can exile instant or sorcery cards from my graveyard, and then I can pay 2, one of them being red mana, to sacrifice this guy and play that card. And then Battle Mammoth, which I've never heard of before but looks sick. trample 6/5. Whenever permanent you control enters becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card.
Cool.
And I can do foretell.
So
Yeah,
foretell.
that's a little weird for this specific situation because it's
foretell
not
is-
in my hand.
Yeah. Does it say you foretell from your hand?
Mhm.
So that one's not going to really work.
And
For
then-
foretell at least. It's still a good card.
Yeah. Light up the stage, which is basically making more exiled cards that I can play.
And you can cast these till the end of your next
My
turn.
next turn.
So you could like light up the stage this turn or next turn to be able to put
Yeah,
some
to
stuff
really
in for the
continue
next
the thing.
Yeah.
I think what I'm gonna do is
Go to combat.
not yet, but yeah. Let me figure out what I'm doing.
Chris is deep in think mode.
Super deep in think mode.
Well,
This
I mean,
is-
almost none of those things there would affect your combat this turn. You're just so unless there's a good
no,
reason,
yeah. Well,
because you won't get more wolves to attack this turn because they will all get summoning sickness.
yeah. I'm only goaded because of this goblin, right?
You have to attack with all of your creatures, and the goblin is goaded.
But I'll have to attack with all my creatures anyway, or is the goblin the one causing
As
that
long
problem?
as the goblin is in play, you have to attack with all of your creatures, and the goblin itself is goaded. So it can't attack me.
The goblin is goaded because of a separate creature.
Yeah.
And the goblin is making it, yeah.
But it also has to
that's
attack.
interesting because it doesn't goad them, but they still have to attack, which triggers for Crag. That's interesting. It's crazy how they make decks and they like
Know what they're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
have
it's
things
like
that they seem to like
synergies
work
in
together.
there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
I really couldn't tell you if this is actually a good play or not, but I just don't feel like losing all my creatures this turn, so I'm going to.
Is it an instant?
It is an instant. Yes.
Is it something that you could do at instant speed that you don't need to do right now? In response to, say, something like losing your creatures? Like, say, I'm just throwing something out. Your creatures are indestructible until end of turn. Wouldn't it make more sense to declare that?
See, no, I'm trying to prevent myself from having to go to combat and doing
that's fine.
a big goad thing going on. So
Totally fine. All I'm just saying
let's say, for example, if this goblin was gone, I wouldn't have to attack with all my creatures.
Well, if the goblin's gone, you just wouldn't have to attack with your commander because that's literally the only other creature that's going to be able to attack.
True, but I don't lose my commander.
It depends. How much does it cost to recast your commander?
It's not a lot.
If you
Decisions
attack me
you
with
wanna
your
make?
commander, I'll kill it.
Oh, okay. So no peace here. All right.
I mean, what size is your commander? Is it 2/2?
3/3.
So,
think
I
You keep
mean-
trying to belittle
No,
his commander.
let's put it this
What
way.
is it, a 1/1
Let's
over
put it
there?
this
What are you
way.
doing?
If you attack me with your commander,
Yeah.
I block it and it doesn't die. It just they bounce. If you attack Rin,
It
you either
dies.
they either trade with Rin's warrior or they block with Macias, but then they can't use
I
the
get my
ability
mana back.
this turn to pump their creatures. So
Yeah.
there is, and then you just recast the commander. It's not like it's a big deal.
And how big is your thing that you would be blocking?
2/5.
2/5. Okay.
I don't mind
Another
blocking and
infinite
neither of
something.
them dying. I don't give a shit.
Okay. All right. Well,
use the other
then, yeah, I think I'm gonna.
So I was just saying, like, keep your instance until like this. Losing your commander, even if that was the case, is not such a big deal. To like, it's called a 2-for-1. Like,
Yeah.
how many cards are you paying to get someone else to lose a card?
True.
So-
All right. Yeah, I'll go to combat. So I'll be attacking with both the goblin and the commander. I'm gonna be attacking you with my commander.
Sure.
And you feel like blocking a goblin, or you would block this goblin though?
I mean, I would.
I'm not
But
actually
you could
trying to hit
also
you. I just
attack
want.
Dylan,
I
and then
want
I
you
can
to.
attack him, and he.
I want you to kill this goblin. This goblin needs to die.
I don't think him attacking me accomplishes anything for you.
No.
Gets rid of your blocker if you
Well,
block.
because it
but
doesn't
you
tap.
try
It
with
does not
block.
do that.
It's a 1/1. It's not gonna get rid of anything.
Unless you
No,
think you have
I
an
mean,
able
if
to
you block.
kill
You don't
something
have
that
to
drops
tap
to 5
to
health.
block.
Why am I dumb?
You want to kill a goblin though? You feel like stomping a goblin this turn though?
Yeah, I would stop a
you
goblin.
just stomp
Chris,
it with a
I
goblin.
would let your goblin hit me for one.
that's what I thought would happen. you do a
Yeah.
quick step on a goblin.
I'll
You
stop.
don't
Without even-
tap to block.
You can though, if you really want to. I'll let
Yeah,
you.
we're just no. Actually, that's from now on. If Rin taps the block, we're just gonna let that happen
Yeah.
and just let them tap their creatures out of existence. So I'll block with my 2/5. It sounds like they bounce.
Yeah.
When the goblin dies, I do get a treasure.
Awesome.
Treasure.
That is what you are.
I think I'm going
I don't know the words.
Yeah, you should just stop now. It's bad for everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna also in my second main phase go ahead and cast Is It Chemister?
Is it?
For it might be. For some stuff. 3. And that's gonna make another wolf token, and that is going to be my turn.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Gotta untap all my blockers.
Maybe.
So I'm gonna say this one is past turn because you're not paying attention. You did not use Michaeus' ability at the end of his turn, even though it was untapped, to either give Michaeus a +1/+1 counter or distribute +1/+1 counters to all your creatures. You gotta.
Well, yeah, I got too hasty with the untaps.
Yeah, I'm quick on those untaps.
You're good on the tapping your own creatures when you don't need to, and not so good on the
Tapping your
Hey,
creatures when
no,
you need to.
I tried to tap him when it was Chris's turn.
to block. That's what I'm saying. You're doing the wrong things at the wrong time. So the point, just like remember that ability you want to be doing on your opponent's end step or in response to like a block or
Am
something.
I allowed to do mini time travel?
No, because I said
No.
we talked to. I
This
already
is like the
told you
third
to,
time that
Yeah,
we've tried
you need to. I literally told you to do it last time. If you're not doing it, that's on you.
I'm playing a swamp,
Cool.
and I'm going to play Priest of Ancient Lore.
Okay.
When he enters the battlefield, I gain 1 life and draw a card.
Fair enough.
And I also get to look again.
I love cards that you do that. The reality chip or whatever from Comic. I'm just gonna look at my card.
If there is something like this, can I play it, peek, potentially play that card before resolving?
No, not unless there was okay, so when you played this card, or you drew a card,
You
you
cast a
already
spell,
knew
you
what the
have to
next
resolve
card
it.
was. Listen. You drew this card, let's say. You know what the next card is.
Well, no, I played it off, so I didn't know what was under it.
What? Oh,
So you played it off
No,
top
no.
here.
Yeah.
When you played it, yes, as soon as you play it, you can look at the next card. But this trigger goes on the stack as soon as it ETBs. The only thing you could do would be play an instant speed cleric card or something
Like it
with
has
flash.
flash.
That'd be the only case that happened. Or if there was like a tribal cleric sorcery or something, because it says cleric or spells, right? Rogue. Yeah, so anything that there is like I think some tribal wizard spells,
Yeah.
and that like a tribal wizard instant, I guess.
Yeah.
In theory, you could cast.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't add like a lot more of those, but I kind of get that.
Yeah.
It's pretty niche. Like yeah.
I think the
Wizards
whole,
are solitary people.
Yeah.
Or whatever creatures.
Okay, so you
they
drew
are,
your card, though,
if not
right?
people.
all right.
Sorry, reorganizing.
I was just thinking about that every class thing, and I thought that the missed opportunity not to have an every class creature that is literally like a trench coat stack of 4 different classes hiding inside of the trench coat.
It is all of the things.
Yeah, it's like 4 halflings of all the different class types.
All right, Ren's tapping a lot of mana.
I am playing Squad Commander.
Okay.
When Squad Commander enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 core warrior creature token for each creature in my party, which is 4.
Right.
These
So you probably have a core warrior over there, and here is 4 counters for how many of them you have. Is that all it does?
don't think so.
At the beginning of your combat turn, if you have a full party creature you can control, get +1/+0 and indestructible
Yep.
until end of turn.
What? Okay.
Okay, board wipes, please. Anyone?
Yeah,
Give
yeah,
one?
yeah.
I don't care. You can have all my stuff.
So wait, is it the commander that's causing that?
No, so now it's
They just are
the
indestructible.
commander is giving everyone +1/+1 counters. He's giving +1.
Oh, I mean the core commander. I don't know what to call it.
Core commander's +1/+0 and indestructible.
Just
So-
let me kill Dylan first, and then you can.
Yeah,
work
no,
on-
you trust me. You can run over him this turn. The question is, like, do you have anything more you need to do before combat?
Potentially.
Okay. Because if you don't, you should go with what you
Don't
got.
worry, Captain.
Alrighty. I am gonna go into combat. Got
So-
a lot of stuff.
So remember, so here's a couple things to think about. These ones can't attack this turn, neither can this one. All right?
Or this.
Or this. This one gives +1/+0 to who?
But they don't need to attack.
No, but hold on. +1/+0 creatures you can. So all of your creatures, all creatures get it. This one only cares about if it attacks. So you want to probably attack with that, and you want to start probably being smart about dividing out your risk. So if you lose things, you still have like 2 warriors or whatever. So just be smart about that. And so this one's goaded, so it has to attack. And then everything else is +1/+0 besides the +1/+1 counters you gave
I
it.
still have to finish starting combat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh gosh. Alright. So blacks are 1/1s, whites are 1/0s.
You don't know. That's not. Just don't use counters. Learn to do magic like you're supposed to. Just use the math in your head.
Yeah, if it's not a thing
but-
that puts counters on it, it's probably not worth putting counters on anything.
So
It's
you just
Oh,
have to.
it
It's
is
just a
still,
flat
it is
ability.
still.
You
well,
You
you
just
just look at all the counters and then add 1 for each character.
You just-
is this so? There's no Oxford comma, so the 1/1 lasts. It's only the indestructible that.
No, it gains +1/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Both of those things are until end of turn. There is almost no modern card in Magic that gives anything but a +1/+1 or a -1/-1 because.
But you were saying that. So is that the same thing?
No,
where the
because
1/1
it gives
counter
no,
leaves at
because
the
a
end of the
counter
turn?
is different because you.
It counter stays
It
permanently.
says it gives them +1/+0
yeah.
until end of
No
turn.
counter.
Yeah. So anyways, so your creatures all have +1/+1 counters, which you gave, and they all have +1/+0 until end of turn. Now, when you declare attackers, you have additional triggers. Oh, and they all have death touch. Indestructible, death touch, +1/+0, in addition to what we see on the board. This one is goaded.
Yep.
So first, just figure out who you're attacking with.
Okay, Dylan, what do you got over there?
Got a 7/7 and a 3/6.
I mean, you can hit him pretty hard.
Oh, I forgot that you had my guy. It's been like slightly, just barely behind my library
that
this
was
whole time. Yeah. So I just don't look at him. I don't even think
There's a
about
method
him.
to my madness.
Yeah.
Always has been, always will be.
Chris, what do you have?
A lot of wolves. I got 3 2/2 wolves and 1 1/3 little Gobbo. Little Gobbo wizard. I don't want this Gobbo dead though. Impossible.
He's determined. This is a good guy.
Yeah.
All right. So, gosh.
Remember, and all of your things are indestructible.
It's true. They literally can't die. So as long as you don't care about keeping them for blocking later, then just attack with whatever you feel like. Just do whatever you feel like, man. It's fine.
I mean, there is no reason to not waffle stomp someone. Is it
Well-
raffle? Raffle stomp.
Oh, it could be both.
Isn't that's when you're rolling on the floor laughing and stomping.
So
on
that's
it.
like that's more of like a meme thing to say, and then like waffle stomping is a very particular act.
Oh yeah, that's the shower one,
It's
right?
the shower one.
I didn't want to be the one to say it, but I was like, I don't think. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what you're trying
Yeah,
to
is
say.
this, is this hip and now with the
Rin
kids?
is going to jam you down a drain like a,
Unwanted
like
something.
like a candy bar dropped in the.
Like a
in-
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, Ren, the other
Soggy
thing
Snickers bar.
to think
Like an
about
almond
is
joy.
if you're attacking with what you're attacking with right now, let's say you were to basically alpha strike against Dylan. If you did the +1/+1 now, you'd be adding 4 additional damage across the board because you could give them all on each creature. Yeah, so every other creature you control, including the ones that aren't attacking,
So-
will get +1.
I was already gonna do that.
Okay,
Isn't it
just-
better to do that after blockers have been declared?
Yes, actually, you're right. That's very true.
You're ruining my
Sorry,
strategy.
I apologize.
threw me off my groove.
But everything is indestructible anyway, so it's not like you're.
And has death touch, so I don't think it's going to change
now,
what happens.
now he knows.
Yeah, fair.
Thanks,
You're right. No,
Chad.
you're right. I assumed you're
I didn't not. Okay, let the record show. I didn't not know, and that was not going to change anything that I did regardless.
Oh, am I actually out of black die? Wow.
Oh. Yeah, you might be.
Chad's
We have
There's
at least
a
one more.
singular
There's one more,
unopened. Yeah.
But okay, so you're. Are they all going to Dylan?
Sorry, one sec.
This
Do
one
the-
you gave -1, right?
Yeah.
Do the core warriors have haste?
No.
Okay.
Good question though.
Yeah.
Also, question regarding the command zone.
Yeah.
When can you move your commander into the command zone?
Anytime it changes zones. So if a creature dies, it goes
So
to
if
the.
I to choose to let it go to the graveyard,
And then your graveyard was exiled, you get another chance to put
okay,
it to.
but otherwise you couldn't, like, after a turn or something,
No,
take.
no,
Okay,
you'd
that
have
makes
to.
sense.
It has to change zones on its own. So you could put it to your hand. There's an opportunity. You can put it to your graveyard. There's another opportunity. If your graveyard gets exiled, another opportunity. But you can't just switch in the middle.
Yep, that makes sense.
The warrior.
So when this guy attacks, it creates.
It creates a warrior that's attacking, right?
No.
Yeah. Read
No.
it. Read it.
Whenever Mardu's strike leader attack, create a 2/1 black warrior creature token. That's it.
Oh, that's it. Okay, so it's just a defensive. Okay, fine. So technically, this is goaded when it comes into play because it is a 1, but it can't attack because it doesn't have haste.
Okay.
So I thought it was attacking, and I was going to make sure you knew that one had to attack someone else but me before the +1/+1, but it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm actually just gonna attack Dylan with all of these, and one of you guys can do the math.
Math is for blockers.
True.
Dylan? So I'll read them to you, and you can decide how you want to deal with it. You have a 9/8 death touch indestructible, a 6
5.
no 6 because +1/+0, so 6
Glad he's
for
doing it on me.
indestructible death touch, a 7, 8, 9, 10. This trigger happens on attack 2, Ren. So did you put the +1/+1 on? Does that matter? X is equal to. Oh no. You take 4 right away from.
Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, no.
It's,
Dylan, you take 4 as an attack trigger. Just you lose 4 life, and you gain 4 treasures.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was gain life.
I don't know either because you don't read your cards. 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 12.
I'm going to block the 2 biggest creatures.
The 2 biggest creatures. I think that's gonna be the 10, 12. You don't have a flying blocker, do you?
No,
So or do you want to kill a creature? Because you.
I can't. They're all indestructible.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, right. Sorry. Yeah. So
Thanks for rubbing it in, dude.
sorry.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So 10, 12.
and
Hey,
they-
thanks for the
and they'll have
7/7.
death
It's
touch.
gonna die.
So 10.
Lifesaver though, right?
Took your shit. It's gonna die.
So 10, 12.
Not
And-
a wolf. Don't even care. You know.
And they have death touch, so whatever you block with.
Yep, I know.
Yeah. So 10, 12 is the biggest one.
10/12 would also kill anything that I had anyways.
The 8. The 9, 8 would be the second biggest one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna block.
So you're gonna block those 2.
10/12 with Chris's and the 9/8 with Captain.
So you're gonna take a total of 6 and 9,
10.
10, 16. That's it. You're taking 16. That's actually not as bad as it looks.
Before damage happens, they don't have trample, do they?
None of them have trample.
Okay. Then I'm going to sacrifice Tilinkali Hunter and scry 1.
Oh, actually, this has vigilance. So does it not?
Doesn't
have?
have. Yeah.
Crap.
And then, so that's a creature going to the graveyard, so this guy's going to get another +1/+1 from that. And then Captain is going to die.
The command zone.
Command zone, yeah.
All right.
So there was a bit of damage earlier in the game that I should have blocked with my angel because it has vigilance. So when you were targeting
doing
my
okay, to
one
be
flying
fair.
blocker and you were going gung-ho on that one flying blocker, I should have had 2 flying blockers.
I don't feel bad about that. I'm going to be honest.
You like tapping things that you would have tapped it anyways. You would have you would have blocked with something and tapped it.
Okay, so how much?
16.
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's what I said.
That's just as you got life. If you hadn't had that life link
Yeah.
bump, that would have been a little bit more painful. Yeah.
It was a good swing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
See what
I
else
see
I
that
got.
that I blocked over half of it. It still took 16.
It's a little bit of damage on the board.
And because the goading, attacking, or blocking creature didn't die, I don't get a treasure. And because the goading, the goaded creature didn't deal damage to you, I don't get a trigger off of Fyrkreg. Or whatever.
That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Well, good thing with your attacks, they're doing the things they're supposed to and killing his creatures, but not giving me anything. All right, let's
Whoa,
see.
I sacrificed one of them. It was totally going to live if I didn't do that.
Fair,
For sure.
fair.
Absolutely. That's why I got the 1 blue mana. It's this guy doesn't die. But only if you actually sacrifice him.
Yeah.
For some reason.
All right, we'll go to combat first. I'm going to swing at Dylan for 4 in the air.
I will take 4.
And I am going to goad your flyer.
The big dude.
Big flyer,
That
yeah.
makes sense.
And then I'm going to cast for red and for 5. That leaves me with red and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Red and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What is that? Oh my god.
All right, so I'm going to play a.
Fuck.
What is going on?
No,
Did something
it doesn't
just
concern you. It doesn't concern you. Quite frankly, it doesn't concern you.
Okay.
I turned off my mic before I closed.
All right. Well, great. All right. So your dude's goated. You know that.
Yeah. I wasn't going to attack you anyway, dude. Don't worry about it.
I know, but it's
We're
the
homies.
only. I hear you. It's just I wanted that thing to attack, and I feel like that should do damage to somebody because either Rin's gonna block and kill something, which is great because you killed something, or you're going to
Specifically not good.
Drop
Swing it,
my
swing
big
it.
life total.
Yeah. So, and now the other thing I've done, which I think you'll appreciate as well, is play Death Kiss. Death Kiss says, whenever a creature an opponent controls attacks one of your opponents, double its power until end of turn.
Why couldn't you play that last turn?
Hey, so
Chris.
you just did damage to Dylan, right?
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play Light Up the Stage for its spectacle cost
Okay.
because an opponent lost life this turn.
Cool.
And I'm gonna get another wolf because I'm gonna anticipate I might
That's
need.
a sorcery.
It is a sorcery.
But how are you casting it out?
You're so right. Yeah, I don't know why for some reason.
I love that. I love that he was like, "It is a sorcery."
You're so right.
I see
No.
what you mean now.
I was
right.
like, is there something I'm missing here?
No, I keep forgetting that even though it's out here for a special reason, I don't get to do
Just
anything
be
crazy.
very confident
Yeah.
and you
What
can do
was that?
Is that a sorcery?
Is
Yeah,
that
bro.
gonna do
Yeah.
what I
Yeah, it
think
is.
was gonna do?
It's kind of
So-
more loops of exiling swords.
I feel
Okay,
like
gotcha.
this season is already way more entertaining.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly because you're on
so
drugs.
Crazy.
Well,
There's just so
What
much
did you
stuff.
give me?
I gave you cough medication.
Yeah, like
Sure.
And I
Learn
and
to
I think,
deal.
I think that we should be careful with how we continue this part of the conversation while we're on a family-friendly network.
Yes.
Yes,
All right.
our network.
So again,
We have tons of viewers right now, and all of them are
So
infants.
many.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't want to set a bad example.
Just like 1,000 babies watching
Yeah.
that's on at every daycare in the land. All right. On that, I'm gonna pass my turn. And so your one dude's goaded, and if you basically this dude, as long as he's in play, says as long as you don't attack me, double damage wherever you want to put it.
Hey.
Hey. And it is double its power. It's not just it effectively. It's not just like it doubles its damage. It is a bigger creature coming in.
Okay.
Which creature is doing that?
Death Kiss.
5/5.
He's a 5/5, and then I can monstrosity him one time, and when I monstrosity him, it allows me to goad some additional creatures.
There are lands that are also board wipes, aren't there?
No, not lands.
Yeah.
Not that
I will say
aware
there's
of.
some super weird lands out there, but I don't think
There's like
anything
a
that crazy.
Phyrexian.
I'm gonna tap 5. I'm gonna cast Mind Flayer. When Mind Flayer enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature for as long as you control Mind Flayer.
Uh-huh.
I believe you have a blue and red dragon.
Oh.
Okay, I get that. I get that. Okay.
I feel like you're bluffing me, but
No, because that one's easy. No, go ahead.
no, what are you gonna say?
if Chad just
I mean,
Right
if you're,
it, you get
if
it
you're,
back.
let me just put it this way. You also could take any of Rin's creatures, including the commander, which is the one that's pumping everything, giving it death touch, or the one that's giving them indestructible, and just take it from them. But again, taking their
but
commander.
like, haha, funny dragon take.
Well, sure. But my dragon so far this game has given me 1 treasure token. It has not been a very effective tool.
You're gonna
Let's
turn
just
down
say.
that ramp.
Like, there's
I think you want to take the Priest of Ancient Lore.
Yeah, probably not that one.
I wish I could offer this
I'm-
guy back because he's just been so good.
I'm just saying, I think there's better, more like huge, beefy dudes already out there. And again, taking Rin's something from Rin.
There are much riper, beefier dudes that you.
Yeah.
Do the
The most ripe and beefy of dudes.
what is the one with the 7 counters on it?
That's pretty big.
That's the
weird-
one that when it attacks, if you
That's a lot of utility too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't probably get most of the value out of it because it'll only when it attacks be a party of 1, but
Yeah.
you'll at least do the 1. So every turn you attack, you get a treasure token.
And do they come over with the counters on them?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
you literally
Wait,
just
really?
take control. of it.
Until they leave the battlefield, they will have their tokens on them. So I mean, if they died, they would lose. them.
Yeah,
If they
I'll
moved,
I'll take that
yeah.
one.
Yeah. I'm gonna get me a piece of that one.
Give me. All right, you really don't think just as a last thought, you really don't think the commander taking the ability to cast additional cards from the top of their deck and every turn giving it +1/+, all of their creatures +1/+1, like that's it. It's a pretty strong ability.
What? Okay.
It's tough out here.
The other thing is we could start as a team collectively trying to take them off of having a
Party.
party. So right now, if you take the rogue off, I mean, yes, if you take this one off, then technically if we target you don't have a wizard, do you? The dwarf, cleric, nope. Yeah, this is actually, if you take this one, they don't have a party anymore.
Yeah.
And
Give me that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
It's like taking the commander, but better.
it's like taking a commander from a baby.
Yep.
One of the ones who's
One of our
watching.
One of the ones that's tuning in right now.
Kids, if you're watching, don't do drugs.
Or play well.
Okay.
Don't play EDH.
What was the one from? What was the one from Love Actually? Kids, don't buy drugs. Become a rock star. They'll give them to you for free.
Wait, does that mean I've made it?
I'm going to move to combat.
So does that, when it says you take control, does it say it gains haste?
No.
So the one you took control of can't attack this turn. It has some missing
Oh,
miss.
really? That's too bad.
Yeah, but it's a blocker. So
Yeah.
you're only
I'm
going
go- I'm-
with the 1, but if you attack anyone but me, you get because that actually the horror thing doubles too.
Oh, I've been on my bad. I was slacking on the camera change. Chris, I'm sorry, dude.
Nah. It's great.
So this is
What's been going on over in Chrisland?
16
things already.
16 times 2.
Yeah.
And that's flying.
Bro, what? Yeah, okay.
Do you got a flying blocker?
No, I don't, no.
Anyone pump it for 1? Sacrifice a creature real quick to a graveyard?
Yeah, let me get you.
Honestly, if you sack that right now,
That's what
That's
what
lethal.
I'm thinking.
Weren't we just talking about how deadly Rin is?
Yeah, but also if Rin dies, I lose this guy and the enchantment.
Oh my god, both of those are from Rin? I forgot
No,
about
well,
that.
it's the enchantment would go away because the creature goes away.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's dying. So now that's a 17-17, but actually at
hitting for double.
30.
No, it just does 34 damage. You double the power, so.
Okay, yeah. 34
okay.
coming at you, dude.
Exactly 34.
Exactly 34.
Also, let it be known that if you let this happen, Dylan's gonna get 34 life. Do you think you can kill Dylan with 34?
I can't do anything about stopping this.
Do you have any ways to kill this creature?
He has to attack with that. He can't attack me, and if he attacks Rin, it just kills an angel. I mean, it's by far the smartest move on his part, and I can't stop it. And I actually would, if I could, in the context of I agree with you that Rin is a big challenge and having it just be a game of 3 is going to make it harder. But I don't have I literally can't stop it. So.
Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
All right, wait. How about this? You instead... Wait,
Oh,
so-
also I get to scribe. I didn't do it.
He has
that was what I sacrificed.
Yeah,
the
he,
thing.
he has to attack. So let's go this way. He declare attacks. Go ahead and make your pitch.
Yeah, okay, so... Are you literally not allowed to attack Chad?
No.
Oh no, you would lose
Correct.
a lot of damage if you did.
Well,
No, you can't. It's goaded.
Got it. So it's me or Rin.
wait, is it?
Yeah, I goaded him when I hit
Yeah.
judgment.
Okay.
So it's me or Rin, and you're choosing to attack me instead of Rin because you're afraid that it will die?
Well, because
No,
if he
no.
doesn't
Okay.
attack me, he gets to
My
kill
only
the creature
Rin-
and then can
first
attack
of all-
me.
Okay, my only pitch is that unless you and Chad
If
both
I-
have removal, the only way to break down this fort is the removal that I have in my hand to get rid of their commander.
So what? What if?
Okay, this is what it comes down to,
Yeah.
quite frankly.
You're still
all
gonna
of
get
this,
34 life.
This 34 power is
Yeah.
going to be squandered if I swing at Rin.
Well-
yes, I will get the lifelink.
You'll get the lifelink.
But Rin will block with what, a 5/5?
Which they'll affect it. No, a 9/9.
Oh.
Which and don't forget they'll probably tap it because they don't know how blocking works. So we take a blocker out of the game. No,
But
but
yeah, your dude's not gonna die though, is it? No.
your dude's not. Yeah, I mean it also has death touch. It's gonna womp on it, but
Yeah.
it also does take a flyer out of the game, which means that you have a free hit on Ren next turn because they won't have a flying blocker. Chris, so here, can I play a little like mediator? If you do that, Chris has to use his removal. He has to use removal this turn, and it has to be targeted against Ren.
Yeah. Specifically, I would say Rin's commander. Probably it would be the best bet.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're not losing anything on this.
Okay, I already sacrificed the dude, though.
I'm just gonna take it to the
well,
face
yeah, I
and
guess
die
I guess
just
I
to
didn't really
spite
realize
you.
what sacrificing the dude was doing, but here we are.
Dylan, if you attack me, I'm gonna die just to spite you. You won't be able to
I'll
attack
die to
anyone
spite
else
you.
with that creature.
Ren, dying for spite is not a great
Is that a?
I mean, that's actually
I will take that
That's
deal.
an incredible deal.
If you opt to not block, I will take that deal.
You would lose this though.
Yeah, you wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to.
Oh yeah.
I'm taking that deal to get
You're-
them out of the game.
And you're gonna die next.
You can't kill me.
I mean, right now it's funny. If you come out realistically, Chris is actually kind of becoming the bigger threat in
I
the
know,
only,
yeah.
in the only sense that
You would
he's getting a bunch of
literally die
tutus.
Yeah.
Like But you're such a big threat right now, and unless we take you out, like honestly, Chris's point, if he has removal, we took out one of their party. I honestly think if you take out their flyer and then attack them next turn, 30. I mean, if they don't solve it next turn with a flyer, even though I don't goad you, you take Rin out next turn, which is a much bigger threat than take out Chris this turn and having Rin lay up another wizard and start hitting us with +1 indestructible bullshit. I kind of am on Chris's team on this one. It's not the take Chris out of the game move, which you could get a kill.
Totally could do.
But I think you get a kill next turn. Unless Rin solves it, which is, again, has to lay a flyer.
Yeah.
I've said my piece.
Yeah. I mean, that's my only thing I can really offer is that I have removal. There's slightly other beneficial stuff I can
better
do, but
start
it's
watching
not
that.
as good as taking out Rin's commander.
Chris,
you
you
can
might have
start
had
doing
something if I had not already
that instant
sacrificed.
speed?
There's
It's
no
it's because of the sack? That's
He was like a 10 power. He was a 12 power creature.
Wait, why did you
I'm gonna
sack him?
sacrifice
Oh,
it.
real quick, why did you sack him?
Because otherwise I would have only done 32 and you would have been alive.
So you did it for 2 damage.
Yeah.
to kill you, but because it would have there was. Okay, hold on a second.
It was-
There is not so much time traveling that has gone on that you cannot take the sack back, because we said we rolled it back to the attack.
Yeah.
We said at the attack, Chris, give your piece. So before you do that, asterisk. Before we call it an asterisk.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Wait, is that
That's
Dylan?
a Dylan. That's a Dylan.
Oh,
I see it.
don't worry, you are killing it today. Thank you so much. All right, I say now that you have your creature back, that is, there's no way that you
Wait. Can I time travel? Can I get that back? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have something.
Oh, you have something. Now you want to talk about having something.
Okay, so I forgot
I was
about
saying,
that
I'm
card.
gonna die.
It was
What do you
tapped,
have?
When Dylan
Yeah.
took my creature over. Yeah, so I guess I tapped mana wrong. I should have read this,
Right.
but I couldn't.
That was your first issue. That's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
actually been a
Yeah.
recurring theme.
But you don't have nothing in your hand,
So
so you can do anything about
Just
it.
remember,
Not right now.
don't
Okay.
keep trying to put it untapped. It is
What?
tapped.
Don't call me out like that.
Okay. Yeah. So this guy's back down to a 9, I guess, and I'm going to swing at Rin.
But what I was saying is I could have just dealt you
Coulda,
7
woulda, shoulda.
damage instead of
Yeah.
giving you the creature.
You could
Woulda,
you have to tap that, a land, and sack a creature. But yes,
Tap to die.
yeah, tap to
Okay.
die.
And so that's
I mean that freaking angel did work. So like,
It lived a long and healthy life, honestly. Well, like 3 turns, but there you go.
what is?
That was just a 1/1. I just swapped it out with a black because it looks nice.
Gotcha.
and I gain 32 life.
Jeez.
Lifelink.
Yeah, just a couple.
Still. And yet again,
With all that.
and yet again, I don't get my draw because my goaded creature didn't do diddly squat.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pass the turn.
All right. Here we go.
And I would implore Chris to remember what I have done for him.
what
Can
the,
we
what
change
the deal has been.
change the name of this stream to illiterate EDH?
Well,
Yeah,
but
pretty
then
much.
it'd just be starring you.
And Dylan.
I mean, I think he most of the time gets it. I think more he forgets what's on the battlefield, and you also do that. So it's not like that's when you got up on him.
All right.
Chris does a pretty good job reading his card. He just has really bad luck.
I'm
I
just,
do.
I'm
I
just
do.
still mad because this guy, if I played correctly, this guy
Would've
would
been.
still be in the game and milling 10 cards left and right, and everything would be
Yeah,
going
that's just,
better.
and that's different. That's just being sucky at Magic.
Yeah. Well, that was
Did your mic just fall off?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
it's just being a little too gung ho about
Yeah.
the whole pirate theme.
Yeah, it was. I like what you were trying to do. I think you could have paced it a little better, but yeah. So don't
Your
forget.
mic broke. Like
No,
you're
it didn't.
missing
No, the
a-
phone thing
It's
is.
been
leaving
Yo,
out.
yeah, it's
Like,
been
what
like
did you
that.
Okay, so
do?
your exile
Unfiltered.
cards are still in exile this
Still in
turn.
exile.
Got it. All right, just make sure we know
I
it's.
drew a card. I played a Blighted Woodland. It's tap for colors, so I can sacrifice it to get 2 lands. I am going to I'm trying to think about when is best to do the removal, but like honestly, it's a tapped thing anyway, so now there's no reason not to do it now. I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there is a reason not to do it now. I promise it's happening. And then you've got 4 of those twos.
Want to make
Yeah,
sure
4
that,
2/2s.
First of all,
4
it's an
3/3s.
instant, right?
It's an instant.
Okay.
Definitely an
A
instant.
real instant,
A
not
real
a sorcery instant.
yeah.
And then you want to make sure that you would do it before the effect takes place.
True.
To give things death touch and +1/+1.
All incredibly true, except that doesn't happen on blocking, does it? It does not.
Sorry.
No.
No, okay.
No, it's an attack trigger, I believe,
Which one?
for the commander.
Yeah,
it's
it's an
commander.
attack trigger. It's when you attack. Blah.
With a full party,
Yeah.
which I do not have.
Your party is less fun to attend now.
Yeah, just a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are still scared of me. I don't get any of my triggers right now. No, this is when you have a full party. When you have a full party. This one does. I get to create another 2/1 warrior.
Yeah. But you do have the. You can give everything in your party +1/+1. Yeah. I mean, it is definitely. You are taking this creature really actually hit hard because they don't have a wizard now.
I disagree.
And Chad
Wait,
was trying to convince me not
I
to
thought you
take
were
him.
joking
No, I said take that
about
one.
taking that back.
Well, after you said not to take him.
No.
We've made so many takebacks that it's totally fair. Honestly, it's happened so many times, and you've had to redo your triggers as well. It's totally fair. It's absolutely fair.
I got denied.
No, after the third.
That was
No.
literally the third time that
No,
that happened.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yes,
not.
that was,
no,
that was.
I have been really good about doing that at the end step. Yeah.
When
What-
Chad
no.
told you to do it.
No.
Yeah.
We can
Red, it
we
was-
can run the tape back.
I will hold you to that. Chad kept reminding me, but I kept doing it. I would have done it other than you reminding. You ruined my turn by reminding me. I can't swear.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a really good way we can solve this. We'll talk about it afterwards. But the guys from the stream that we will not name had a card that basically everyone gets 1 per turn, one like
Yes.
mess up card, and after that,
Just to put
if
a
you have
big asterisk on
takesy backsy, no, you lose. If
Oh,
you
shit.
if you have to takesy backsy, that you forfeit the game. So you get 1 per game. But I'm saying we can use a similar rule, but then be ready like.
I'm gonna make
Every-
asterisk tokens for us all.
Well, then that's why don't we do that? We'll have an asterisk token, and you can use 1 per game. You get an asterisk on that round, and that's the only one you get to use.
I'm done with that.
So then,
You're,
and that means any
very
phase.
quickly devolving into chaos.
Oh, that's what we want, right? We want this to.
I love it.
And
I'm
I
here
think
for
it'll
it.
force Rin to read their cards a little bit
Yeah.
better and
Here's hoping.
remember what's on the battlefield. But
Okay.
Also means that we will not be helping.
I
Yeah.
gotta say though,
If you're trying
True.
to tap
I
your
will
creatures
not
to
be.
block,
Yeah.
I'm not going to
You-
say anything about it.
your fuck up and
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
your mess up ruined my entire plan that I made after you made that move.
But that's not true. You took no actions after. You mean you mentally made a plan after?
Well, also I probably would not have.
So I'm just
He
gonna
stole this on
You would not have tapped your mana. You would have tapped your mana differently on your turn that had already gone
No,
by before that
the-
happened.
I'm gonna go
How
ahead and
much
stop
damage
you
were you-
because it's my turn. I'm gonna go through it. We're just it happened. It's done. So
I
we've already
disagree.
moved an entire.
You get a big fat asterisk.
That's totally fine, but it's already happened.
He definitely would for this, based on the new rules. He definitely would get a big fat asterisk.
So I played Light Up the Stage.
but nice.
I'm going to add a wolf.
The only things to start thinking about with your wolves is which ones can attack and which ones can't. So you probably
That's true. So
you
I've
probably
got
wanna separate.
3
Yeah.
3 regular ones
Yeah.
and 1 that can't attack.
Perfect. There you go.
And
Now you light up the stage 2 cards, right?
2 cards.
Did you put those out already?
These are those 2.
What are the 2 new cards? 'Cause I don't think we
Arcane
can see
Signet
them well.
and Temple of the False God.
Can you bring it down just a little bit?
Yeah,
Perfect.
my bad.
There you go. Oh, now it's.
I also still have these 2, but honestly, like I just don't have the mana to play either, so
I don't like
I'm
the new
not
Arcane
too worried
Signet.
about it.
I don't like the real hand.
Oh, but I like the new Arcane Signet. I like the the Mind Stone
Oh,
way
wait,
better than
what's
the
in your
normal
art?
Mind
It's
Stone.
the hand is way too realistic. It
That is
makes me
true. It's
uncomfortable.
The other one was
Incredibly
very
realistic.
weird. So,
Yeah.
so the only thing is Sandworm Convergence. Doesn't that make you Sandworms every turn?
No.
Yeah, it does, but it's also an
Wait.
8 mana cost
Sure.
card, which is
Fair.
super expensive, and I just can't afford it.
Sure. And
but,
what's the other
like,
one again?
The other one is Battle Mammoth, and it's good. It's just not that. It could be better.
Yeah.
And then I'm.
And you
going
played
to,
a land for turn already?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So that remember whenever
Yeah.
you're playing stuff with these like from exile effects, always wait to play your land until you check those first, because
For sure.
that sometimes you'll lose the ability to do that.
And I'm just gonna play Arcane Signet. That sounds like a good
The
time.
Chemister, what does he do again?
I can tap him for red to exile something from here, and then next time I can, if I can untap him, I can tap him again and pay mana.
So he can like take things from your exile or
From my graveyard,
From your
and then
graveyard,
exile them.
Exile them,
Yeah.
and then you can use him to pay things that he's exiled.
Yes.
Cool. That's neat.
It's gonna be the most confusing game to try to go through
Oh,
afterwards.
for
and,
Oh,
sure.
have fun.
like
Yeah.
identify what's going on at any point in
That
time.
reminds me that one of these is actually.
I'm gonna
more
write
than
a
I
whole
thought.
paragraph and then realize that somebody used their asterisk token.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
None of that happened.
Yeah.
Well, again, one of the things we
I do
really
like the asterisk
Well,
token
while
thing.
you're-
I think that's a
While
that's a
you're
good.
doing this, just real quick, another thing we should really be looking into is getting the transcript. Like, you know,
Yeah,
there
for
is
sure.
instant transcript stuff, and then you can just export the transcript. Yeah, a lot of the words are going to be wrong, but like you can kind of figure it out. And I still believe out there is a closed captioning app that allows you to add dictionary words, so you can add like magic words and stuff.
Yeah.
Go ahead, dude.
So when I play the Arcane Signet from exile,
Yeah.
another wolf happened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Explore.
From
With,
your hand.
Yeah, from my hand with my mountain and my Arcane Signet, and then that goes there. I may play an additional land this turn, Temple of the False God.
Yeah.
You can add 2 mana, and I draw a card.
Yeah.
And another wolf happens,
Nice.
and then
Wolfie boy.
what I get.
Got it. What was
So, dropping everything, no.
Yeah, so that might be a thing to add to your list, though, is to do that, is to look and see, because the transcript would really help, because then when you're doing your notes.
All right, I'm gonna tap these 2. They're both tapping for 2. This is red, green, and this is double colorless.
Yep.
I'm gonna play Xenagos the Reveler.
Ooh, nice.
Which is a planeswalker with I'm not gonna read all of them, but the ability that I'm gonna activate, I can activate immediately, right?
Yep.
Is
So actually, the cool thing about Planeswalkers is when you play them, as soon as they ETB, you have priority again, and you could use one of that ability before anyone can respond to it. So
Oh, okay.
you
That's
always
pretty
get to
crazy.
get one activation off. Like someone can't I hit I mortify him or whatever. Like, nope, it's you get your one activation and they can do something in response, but you still get to get the thing.
So the thing I'm activating is add X mana in any combination of red or green where X is the number of creatures you control.
Oh.
So that would be 1, 2, 8 mana. And I'm just gonna.
Are you doing this pre-combat?
I'm just doing this down the middle. Yeah, pre-combat.
Okay.
So 4 red, 4 green.
Yep.
And I don't see any reason why not to then use that to cast Sandworm Convergence.
Sure.
Not really sure
Versus
to put
the
it.
Battle Mammoth. What does the Battle Mammoth do again?
Whenever a permanent you control becomes target with a spell or an ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. Which is nice, but like, barring like a crazy board wipe right now, I don't really
Sandworm
need it.
Convergence
Yeah.
definitely is dope because not only do you get
Yeah.
bid beaters out of it, but people can't hit you with flyers, which
And
is
that's
significant.
another.
Yeah, that's
wolf,
wild. I don't know who's planning on hitting him with a flyer, maybe. Somewhere down the line.
I don't know who's gonna kill Chris
I mean,
this turn, but that's crazy.
it's so unlikely. I think you probably just don't even need to play that.
Again, I just want to point out that Rin also does not have flyers now,
It's true.
Yeah.
and cannot be blocked.
And I'm
Or can I
going
block them?
to.
Yeah.
Just
But when I kill Rin, this thing goes away.
Yeah.
right.
I could kill
No, this is. I like this plan now.
I could have.
See,
That's fine, it's
but
working.
going back to your asterisk, legitimately, if you had attacked me and your intention was to keep those things, I probably would not have blocked. I would rather take us both out of the game.
So on that note, I'm gonna use Beast within.
You-
It wouldn't take me
get
out
rid
of
of
the
your
game,
commander.
It would have taken me out of the game, which would take your big creatures, which would
Yeah, and I'd
make
still
you
be at
really-
49 life.
True. Anyway, your commander
And you
is
would be out
gone,
of the
and you have a 3/3 Beast token in their place.
Also,
Wait,
like,
what is the wording on that? Like, does
Destroy target permanent.
it? Okay, yeah.
also, I kind of think intentionally dying or scooping to give someone else an advantage is not in the spirit of this game, which is trying as hard as you can to win effectively. You still have an opportunity to
Give
do
a
stuff.
disadvantage.
You can still do something this turn to potentially kill the fly or do other stuff.
I think I do have a Beast token for you.
Yeah, it should be in one of your tokens.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought that the gold was you handed
Yeah.
it to me.
Let me see.
Anything else after that?
Well, it's combat time, but I
Oh, I
don't
think- oh, sorry.
really know.
So
I mean,
remember,
you still
if you,
have things that could block me. I'm not really sure. If,
so every one of your wolves, for instance, attacks for 4
yep.
because everything's doubled.
As long as I don't attack you.
As long as you don't attack
Yeah.
me. Any of when do the sandworms come in?
End of turn.
End of turn. Okay. Yeah. So then, really, I mean, it's probably like the question is, do you want to like hit Dylan with a couple sandworm or a couple of the big wolves, because they'll kill the Flayer.
So yeah, like they could.
can't block
it's
with-
only power that they get. They will die.
Yeah, but you
yeah.
make
Yeah, make more. Yeah.
So that what I'm saying, the Flayer is how big?
3/3.
So if you kill the Flayer, he gives back the thing, which probably won't happen.
yeah.
So if you, it won't probably. So you could hit him for a couple. You're gonna lose one at least, but you could. And then you can hit Rin, but they've got
They'll
lots
block.
of
They'll
blockers.
definitely block. Yeah. I'm going to. You have so many creatures that I don't know if I should lose anything specifically this turn. I don't know. Like, that's 2 of those guys, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures. I could lose some. I could lose a couple.
Rin's got 4 of the they're effectively 3/3s, 1, 3, 2, the 4.
Oh, you have more than
3.
I thought. That 4 is how many of
Yeah,
them
this
there
is
are?
the quantity.
Oh, well
of
then
the-
yeah, I'm gonna chill for this turn, and yeah, that's all I'm doing for now. I did my beast within, and I'm happy in my corner.
Yeah, but just remember, Rin, unless they play a wizard this turn, isn't going to, or kills the dude and gets back their third guy.
True.
Isn't gonna get it. And now Rin's reading
Well, I mean,
their.
spoiler alert, regardless, Rin's not getting this dude back alive.
I wanted you to put him back in my graveyard,
Well,
Is,
which
also,
you
is,
did,
is,
and then
is your commander in your
asterisks.
graveyard?
Wait,
Yes.
wait, why did you draw and put another card in your hand?
That was because I was thinking
Scrying.
about my which I cannot do.
yeah.
Also,
So
you
you're
also don't go to your hand.
Yeah. But also
Well-
your commander, if you want it to be in your graveyard, just so you know, you cannot cast it from there unless you have a card that lets you do that. Which, sure, if that's what's going on, then good for you.
Is that the case?
I'm using 3 of my treasures.
Uh-huh.
So you did go to your graveyard though.
Yep.
Okay.
And 2 black to play Solemn Doom Guide. It has flying. It is a cleric. Each creature card in my graveyard that is a cleric, rogue, warrior, and/or wizard has unearth for 1 colorless and 1 black.
Okay.
I can return the card to the battlefield. The creature gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step, or if it would leave the battlefield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can only do that as a sorcery too. So, for 1 black and 1 colorless, I am playing Nalia.
Like, your leg is bouncing a lot. Your leg is
bad.
bouncing a lot.
I didn't even realize I was doing that.
Most people don't. That's why I told you.
Oh, I almost just started it again.
Yeah.
As soon as I stopped thinking about it.
So sorry, Ren, you're doing
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
you're doing what?
Just summoned my commander from the
That's all you're
graveyard.
doing before combat, you're saying.
Just with this ability. I was
Okay.
thinking of doing one more.
Would you
but-
have a wizard?
No, not in the graveyard. It's just another cleric.
Do you have a removal to get your other dude into?
I shouldn't have put that at the bottom because now I can.
Do you have a wizard? Because if you have a
No,
wizard,
I do not.
okay. All right. So,
Yeah, the whole point was Dylan doing what he did. I would have one.
again, you got to let it go, right?
Yeah,
like
no,
there was
that's-
because
that
it
was
was
the whole-
but strategically nothing had changed in the game state, so it's fine. Hold on a second. Before you go to combat, don't attack. So I have actions before you go to combat. Are you about to go to combat?
Yep.
Okay. At the end of your first main step, 1, 2, 3,
I have to like pull
4,
out the
5,
calculator.
6. I'm going to goad. So I'm going to monstrosity 3, my death kiss, and I'm going to goad 3 of your creatures. So I get to goad 3 creatures. So I'm going to goad right now. I want to make you make my chaos attack, but then you'll just tap him in response. So that's not actually great. I'm going to goad. I guess you are going to attack with your commander anyways because they die at the end of turn, and I would expect you want to get some value out of it. Interesting that you brought them back though with that ability because you don't get any benefit if you don't have a full party.
Really? Not even if you.
No, just
I get to scry. That's the only.
Oh, okay.
And they have haste.
you don't scry ever.
Wait.
There's no scry on this.
You-
Or it's
look
like
at the
you
top
can
of your-
play from the top.
Yeah.
Sorry, not scry. Yeah,
Okay,
that's-
so I'm going to goad the strike leader. I'm going to goad your commander, the squadron commander, and I'm going to goad the.
Was this still goaded with your ability?
No, the goad only goad. So the goad.
It's
It
happens-
was because of an ability.
Right, because basically
It was
you
like
made
a-
a 1/1, so the 1/1 was goaded, but it was only goaded that turn. You didn't need to actually. I was just making a point that it makes one. And the third, the third creature I'm going to goad is actually a flyer. I'm going to re-goad your
All
flyer.
right, so who on my side?
You're going to
be
combat, so
safe.
you don't need to flag it. Just remember in your head.
Oh, well, yeah. So
This one's goaded and this one's goaded. Those are the only two. So those ones have to attack this turn, and they can't attack me. Anyone else who doesn't attack me, you can double their damage.
does the beast that you gave me have summoning sickness?
Nope. He did it on.
No, yeah,
He
you
did
did
it
it
on
on my turn.
his
Yeah.
turn. Where's that? I gotta do math.
Yeah.
Yeah, actual calculator moment.
But if you use Micaeus, it affects everybody. And yeah, never mind. I'm sure you'll figure this out.
Honestly, I'm
Alright.
kind of sad that the little goblin creator was destroyed.
Yeah, it was kind of fun, right?
Well, also, like, it was only positive for me because it just gave me an ability to scry at your end step every single time, regardless of what's going on.
Okay, I am tapping to remove a 1/1 and put it on everything else.
Also, it's just cool looking.
He's
got
about to
his
set
little-
some dude's boots
Got
on
his little
fire.
colonial hat.
The little tricorn hat.
Okay.
Stepping on the side of a barrel with his foot and not even flinching.
Yeah, he is ready for it. All right, so you added +1/+1s. Done. Moving, so that was part. So you're moving to combat. You did that. The +1/+1s came from Micaeus. Now, who are you attacking with?
Doing
Most.
math.
No, that's fine. You get you don't get more cores when you attack, but you will get an extra warrior dude. The next warrior dude does not. Are you doing the +1/+1s after you're attacking? So that the
Sorry,
other-
yeah.
Where's your? Do you have another warrior? Just flip him over. There you go. All right, so that one has a +1/+1 on it. Okay, so now, you
I
moved
lost
it-
where I was in my
I know, but
calculations.
Brenda, we got
Alright,
this is
yeah.
really not good entertainment, so you got to work a little faster on this.
I'm gonna attack Dylan with everything.
Cool. So if you're going to attack Dylan with everything, you're attacking with this one, this
This has
one.
some-
No,
Sickness.
Commander has summoning sickness.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't, because they brought it
It
in
hates-
using.
Oh, that's right. And it'll go away at the end of this turn.
and
anyway.
they have to sacrifice it at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's
it is temporarily a zombie, effectively,
Mm-hmm.
and the priest.
But it's not a full party, correct?
It is not a full party, so none of the other effects take place. Everything, the damage is doubled. So you are looking down
A lot.
3. Yeah,
Yeah.
which,
Count it all up and then double it.
yeah. So, well, first you have how many blockers? Because you're gonna block the biggest things, right?
3. I
You
have
have 3
blockers.
blockers.
Yeah,
that,
I'm gonna leave you do
I'm just
that.
yeah, because I want this to go a little faster, so I'm just gonna do it for you. So the biggest ones that you have is a 6, a 6. So those ones are gonna do the most damage because that's 5, and those are all So you're gonna block 2 of the 6s. They have toughness of 5 and 6. So can you kill one of them with your blocker?
Actually, how much is coming at me? in
Well,
total?
so if you're blocking 3 of them, if you
Well, because
block,
it changes my answer because if I want to block with this dude and try to keep him alive, then I don't want the Mind Flayer to die. But I'm also not sure.
But okay, yeah, so the rest of the damage, if you only block 2, you're taking 8, 16, these ones, there's 2 of them, is that right? No, this is 1. He's just one dude.
It's a 4.
So 8, 16, 24, these are all 4/4s.
Yeah.
So 4 times 8 again is 32, so that's 56. 8 or 5 is 10. So 66. 66 and 5 is 10. 76 if you only block 2. You're taking 76. I think you die. I don't know.
I don't even know if you block with everything that you have, you can survive that.
Because it's more because of all of the little small ones.
Yeah,
I counted this one, I think, didn't I?
How were the first 2 getting 16 onto me that you counted?
These 2?
You pointed to these 2 and
No,
said
so
8
that-
and 16.
Okay,
Oh,
so
he was adding. So that was like, this
8,
one and then
16.
add. And
Yeah,
then,
so
like
I'll
the
do it
3
again.
together.
I'll do it
got
again.
16.
This is 8 here. This is 16, 8 and 8, 16. So 8, 8. Then this one is 8 again, so that's 24. So these 3 are 4 each, right? So 8 total. This one is 10, so 34. This one is 10, so 44. And then there is 4 toughness times 4 times 2. So 30. This alone is
I can't believe you guys talked
4,
me out
8.
of killing Chris.
16. Listen, that was a good strategy on my part. See, this alone is for 32 damage. So that's how you get to that 70 is like 40 here, 30 something there. So now I think if you block with 3 creatures, I think
He's still dead.
I think if you block with 3,
If you block 2 10s, you can block 1
Yeah.
8, right? That's the best you can do.
something like that.
So that's 28 down.
28 now from 72, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
28. Is there any? Well, but he'll get some life. Oh no, the life link's on the other one. Does your other abilities? Any of your other
Well, actually,
abilities?
28 down
28
from
down
72.
from 72.
You could,
I have
you could live
49
that.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll just be on the board.
Yeah.
But it's better than chipping a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have won games from one because all I need to do if I draw a board wipe this turn, I don't care what's happening. I'm board wiping. And
Yeah,
so,
that makes sense.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all someone needs to do. And I don't know how many cards Rin has in hand. 1. So they have not been listening to me about the holding back creatures. So that, you know what I'm saying? Like, then Rin is effectively sitting sideline for a while.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do before. Before none of them have trampled, correct?
Yeah. I don't
None
think
of the
so.
big ones, at least.
None of the big ones have trampled.
Okay, so before combat damage, I'm going to, before damage happens, but after blockers are declared, I'm going to sacrifice Burikos, and I'm going to scry 1. I'm going to put that on the bottom.
So that's one of the ones. Burkos was how big?
7.
9.
So you don't want to kill one of their creatures.
Do they?
Because they're non-destructible. They do not have death touch.
Oh.
That's what I was saying before.
This sacrifice, I would say, is probably one too far to take back. But yeah.
Because you looked at a card. Then.
yeah.
I mean, I was gonna sacrifice this one anyways, but
But that one's only a what?
Well, I mean, they're all gonna die from blocking, but you
3/3.
want to get its effect, is what you're saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So okay, actually.
I'm fine with that.
Hold on a second. This is super important because so you sacrificed a creature, right? But you haven't said who you're blocking yet, and this is why it's really important because depending on which creature, now Rin could, in theory, bring back that creature from the
But
graveyard.
I can't do that until my next main phase, right?
Right. I'm saying it wouldn't matter for this, but that would still mean you'd get that because wasn't there an
It
ability?
was the party ability.
Right.
They had their everything, yeah.
So my point being, like, you need to declare your attackers before you start. Like you didn't tell us who you're blocking, so you need to declare who you're blocking first, and then you can start sacrificing stuff.
Okay.
Because otherwise, you can't just say I'm blocking someone and I'm going to sacrifice it. So who are you blocking with the creature you just sacrificed?
The
biggest one?
one.
Cool. So you're blocking this one
Either of
that
these two?
either of these that does 12. So it doesn't matter then. So you're going to block the squad commander or the Mardu strike leader, the one that's making the creatures. Which do you want to do?
This
Choose
is.
one with a cooler name.
I mean, do you want to know what?
It's the one that does the +1/+0 and makes them indestructible, or
Uh,
but it doesn't matter
Or
because
I
it's not
get
killing them.
warriors.
yeah. So it's
Either
fine.
the effect
the
is-
Mardu one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're blocking that one. That one's blocked, and now who's your next blocker?
Mind Flayer.
And how big is he?
He's a 3/3.
Cool. So do you want to block the?
The other one that's not the Mardu one.
Got it. Okay, so that one's blocked. Now
Double block Mardu.
the next biggest one is probably the one. This is the one you just brought up this turn, right?
Yes.
So
should
that is
be
not
blocking.
attacking. So again. All right.
Okay.
So now we've actually reduced the amount of damage to this that you're going to take because
By 5.
Rain was attacking you with an illegal creature, which again, next game that'll be a DQ. So you need to follow.
Aren't you the one who reached over and tapped that?
No, because you said you were attacking with it.
Yeah, but not with my creatures with summoning sickness.
Fair. Fine. That's fine. So you have the next one is a 10. It's hitting you for 10, and it has a total butt size of 4. So I don't know how big your guy is there, but I
He's a
think
3/2.
How's his,
Yeah, this
dumpy?
is another 4.
so in
Yeah, they're
in
all,
theory the only you could kill one of the tokens, but you're not going to get much value out of it. Like
Yeah.
one of the tokens might have.
Yeah, no, I
So
want to block
you block
the
the more damage. Okay.
Yeah, and so for the second one also, I'm going to sacrifice.
So neither
Mind
of these
Flayer.
creatures are going to take any damage because they're basically just blocked from combat, and this one's going to take 2,
Yeah. And
3.
then,
3,
how much damage is the one that is not actually attacking?
10.
So it is 62 minus 28.
I'm just going to do it again real quick just in case our
Yeah.
math is bad. But so it's 8, 16, 24, and then these dudes here, which is
4 times 4.
4
Times
times
2.
16. 4
So it's 32.
32. So 32 plus, I mean, you're still over 50.
Are you?
32 plus 24, 56.
Jeez, yeah, really? Yeah.
56. So all that for nothing. You're dead.
All right.
Whoop.
Womp,
All right,
womp.
that's the last time I listen to anybody and don't kill somebody.
Yeah. Today's the day the politics died.
Yup. He says that now, but I guarantee you there'll be politics on the next one.
I'm also using 1 treasure and a swamp to play Burrow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And that
Does-
says,
And it gets exiled or it gets something at the end of turn.
yeah,
Yep.
I
He goes into my hand.
but no, that's
No,
not
he
true.
gets exiled. Yeah, it was something
And-
else.
and-
that
Oh,
was
okay.
back to
I was
my
like,
hand.
that's actually not so bad.
And what's interesting about that play is I said you could do it, but what does it do for you?
Also, you get that.
At
Is
the
that
end,
until? Oh, the next.
And stuff.
I keep reading
Yeah,
that wrong.
it's weird.
as next
Right.
Yeah.
end step, not this
Right.
end step.
So-
So
yeah,
keep it in
I'm
your graveyard.
Keeping that
Yeah.
until next turn.
Yeah.
I also the beefy dude is what I put him back in the
The
graveyard.
beefy
though.
dude.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
all right. All right.
That's
so
a really interesting card.
So you alpha struck, took out Dylan. None of your creatures died, which means I still don't get any draw triggers on it.
Huge rip.
And does
That's
the goaded
literally
results,
the weirdest of
Yeah.
interactions.
Yeah.
They're not goaded anymore?
No.
And goad is a one-time action.
Well,
it happens.
you have
For, like,
a
1 turn.
thing
Yeah.
that doesn't that's
no, then,
not true.
but then the effect is like an
He has to, like,
enchantment that
reapply
stays
it.
on them
Yeah.
that says goad.
There is a card that does do it permanently, but
I
you'll
swear,
see it.
in
You'll see
this
it for
game, you had one that lasted multiple turns.
Are you
He-
talking about
for-
the one that made everyone attack every turn? That wasn't goad.
Sure. That was goblins.
Goblins.
But also, he did just choose
Yeah,
Dylan's creature like a couple
I
times.
must have misheard
in a
when
row.
you said
It's
what
okay.
it did.
Yeah,
it's okay.
yeah.
Anyone? I mean, the death kiss. Chef's kiss.
Pretty good, honestly.
Eddie, I was actually thinking that you were going to take the death
I
kiss
thought
when you
that too
stole
when
one
you were talking about stealing stuff.
I thought about it,
Yeah.
and then yeah.
And then when you said you were attacking him, I'm like, oh, he didn't do it because he's gonna double the damage. And then you
Yeah,
made
that absolutely would have been the because
then the double damage wouldn't have happened to you.
yeah, I also wouldn't have gotten the double damage.
You also that's the point.
Which when I made that decision,
That's why
I
thought-
was going to
right.
kill Chris.
And when you made the decision, I was in like, oh, that makes perfect sense. And then when Chris said, well, if you take me out, I can't do this thing, I was like, ooh, politics on the board. And then all of a sudden I was like, ooh, and he didn't take my ooh, this is all gonna work out well.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm untapping. I guess you're done, right? Or do you have
Yeah,
more stuff?
I'm done. I
Okay,
feel like
cool.
I'm in danger.
how much extra damage? How much damage did Rin do to me total?
That was a lot. It was like 50 something, like
Oh,
54.
much more than that, because it.
Oh, total? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
a lot.
no, that didn't get blocked.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just wondering if the
I think they were even.
actually no, it would have been only 2 extra life that I would have had. So
Yeah, they were approaching in like the 60s of damage that was going to be dealt,
That's
even
bad.
with the blocks. Yeah, I think we just counted a little bit low the first time, but yeah.
that's crazy. They took out an attacker and then still did more damage to me than was originally disclosed.
Yeah, that's rough, buddy.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, the math was difficult on that one because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
this is the part that really is messy because you have this many creatures, but each of them are this much, plus they're all doubled. That's a lot.
Now you understand why I was pulling out my calculator.
All right, I'm going to just see if I can get something else because I think we need answers more than anything.
I never made my
So
worm.
I'm going to do
mad.
2, and I'm going to
I'm taking
tap
that fucking
this to draw
That's my
2
one.
cards.
It's your asterisk. If everybody has an asterisk, does anybody have an asterisk?
Yeah, that's the thing.
All right.
At what point do they all cancel each other out?
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Taking my
One
worm.
last spell. The card. No, this is completely useless. All right, that's not good. That's not good. Shit. All right. Ren
to get you
is
an actual bleep button. A
yeah.
live bleep button.
Yeah, I really do need that.
Or we could just stop swearing. I like that
not
strategy.
possible. Not
Not
possible.
with that attitude.
All right. Ren does not have flyers.
I think it's because the last Twitch stream I was on was
So-
18 plus.
So I'm gonna go to
habits.
first.
Don't think that.
First phase, I'm going to attack Rin in the air for 4.
oh wow, it goes through this
I'm
crazy.
gonna block that.
Oh, you have a I said, do you have a flyer?
I didn't hear that.
Okay, so you do have a flyer.
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna.
You can't attack me. I have sandworm convergence.
Oh, no flyers.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shit. Okay. All right. So let's see.
It's unfortunate. It's a really
Well-
weird situation. Yeah.
No, I guess I still.
If we high five, can we line our hands up exact? Oh no, it cuts off.
I know, it's so weird. It's also, I think, because of the
I
way
was
our
gonna
cameras
say,
are
can you
positioned.
see the screen on camera?
Oh.
It is positioned in a way that would happen if that was possible.
Wait,
I
I-
had to attack this combat.
Well, it wouldn't connect, but
Oh yeah.
because you guys are on opposite sides. But.
All right, we're going to not goad anything. Fine, I
lame.
won't.
But about this swearing, I swear.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
you do.
swear-
Yeah, you do.
I don't swear this much normally. Like in the office, I think.
No part of me believes that some Twitch stream you did however long ago is the reason that you swear sometimes.
I get on. I see the cameras. I just start going.
You like. I'm sorry. I just get like blind camera rage the second I'm on a stream.
I'm going to just pay 7
I think that's true.
to
though.
play an angler turtle.
I love that turtle so much. Turtles are my jam. Yeah.
Turtle. This turtle comes out and he says, "I'm a 5/7 hexproof, but creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able. All of your creatures." So, then.
That turtle's the reason why I found out about Angel Trumpet, because there's a couple of weird attack every turn cards.
Yeah. I'm going to just leave it like that. I'm going to go to my end step, not having gotten to this deck. I see the potential of this deck.
It's
but
very weird, yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of ways to prevent me from getting my triggers by like not blocking or blocking and sacking out your creature.
Also,
like,
the fact that like the dragon tribal element is like part, like you kind of need that to get off the ground,
Yeah.
and when you are taking the first few turns to
Oh yeah, that thing's gone.
Yeah, I
Get
forgot.
rid of
At
Yeah.
my end step, this is exiled,
okay.
Which shouldn't affect
Yeah.
your attack,
which goes
thankfully.
back into my command zone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
And so, is that still only 2 commander attacks?
Yeah, because you
Because
didn't
it-
return to
Yeah.
command zone, right? Yeah.
You also probably could have used your ability from that thing to sack it in response to your exit trigger, and then gotten the
Oh, this.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then done damage or gain life.
Sure.
So that like next time, remember that if you
That is
have
such an odd land. I've never even seen that
and
before.
and
yeah.
honestly, the gain life is probably big for you right now because you need to like if Chris comes in, like Chris could probably take you out this because
Oh
you
yeah,
alpha
no,
striked it.
I'm dead.
Right. So I'm going to
Chris, please do it. Please.
I'm
do
going
it.
to
I need this.
pass
I
the
need-
turn to Chris.
Okay. I finally am sitting at an okay board state. We'll see how things go. Yeah, I don't know why I always do that. All right, cool.
My deck is gonna be so well shuffled for next game, guys.
Yeah.
So
All right, well, I'm gonna play this anyway just because I can. Well, I'm gonna stop myself from doing that because it's important to keep this on keep an even keel on my exile shenanigans. I am gonna do that though. It's Spinerock Knoll, which is and it's just tapped first of all, but it has Hideaway 4. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of my library, exile 1 face down, put the rest on the bottom of my graveyard in a random order.
Oh, this was the one that when you attack for so much
1,
damage,
2,
right?
4. Yep, if I do 7 damage, I get to play that card for free. No, for 1.
For 1, and you have to tap it, which means you can't do it this turn. Because I was gonna say you're gonna probably do 7 damage this turn.
Probably, hopefully, maybe.
Hopefully, maybe. Chris with the politically assisted win today, I think.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, I know, I think, which one I want. Yeah. And I randomly shuffle these, pretend like you know how to, pretend like you know what they all are, and just drop it on the bottom. And
Wait, where did they go?
on the bottom of my library.
silly.
He's just having fun now.
Yeah.
He's just having a giggle.
And then, okay, yep. I'll put that. It's smart to put it like with the land, right? So you actually remember.
Yeah.
That's there. Bleh. And then. How is the power toughness of your creatures, Chad?
I have a 2/5, a 4/4 flying, a 8/8, and a 5/7.
2, 5, 4, 4, 8, 8, 5, 7.
You got it.
Okay. That's interesting.
Please go, Ren.
I think I have.
I need it. I need
I'm
that.
so
I need
sorry.
that.
But
Don't be sorry.
You literally
No,
only
but you
have
get a
That's
point.
the,
You
that's
get a
the
point for
whole
taking
that's the
them
whole
out.
point
Yeah.
of why you don't alpha
Well,
strike
yeah,
is
yeah.
so that you don't
Leave yourself.
experience
Yeah.
this.
Okay, so you've got. I see a core warrior that can block me. I see that can block me.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Yep.
Okay. Do either of them have death touch?
No.
No, because that's only an attacking thing for you. Okay. So you only have 17 life. I'm dealing double the damage, correct?
Right. You have to attack with everything.
Well, no, I don't think I actually
You
have
have
to.
to attack with everything.
Oh, because that's how
creatures your
creature
opponents
works?
control attack each combat if able.
What's
So-
what's that? What's that one?
That's the angler turtle,
And he's got 7, and he's hexproof.
and he's hexproof.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not taking him out.
Yeah.
What you can do is just attack Rin with a bunch of creatures, get some double damage, and then you can send some smaller creatures at me, but I've got some big things to eat them. So you could just attack Rin with everything, which means
Or you
Well, no,
could
you are losing.
go full dive into Chad,
So, okay.
and I will also full dive into Chad.
You would,
Don't let
you
Rin,
would
don't
kill
let Rin get away
the-
with this alpha
You would
strike.
crazy
and not
kill
die.
me if I did that. Like, I mean, even
But
being friendly,
we can
you
kill
would
Chad.
destroy me if that happened. So
Ren, you have not set yourself up to be the one people want to king make this game. You have dominated.
I mean,
from
like, I
good.
think you're right. If you had like half the creatures, I would be like, yeah, dog.
You
But it's a little
don't-
spooky.
Wait, you seriously think that if I went full in on Chad, you couldn't kill me?
No, we
next
could kill
turn?
Chad. We absolutely could. I'm just
And
thinking.
then,
I think
but
that if
then
that
you
happened,
could also take me out the next.
Rin
that's
also,
actually true.
Rin, your politicking to lose the game is really not very.
Hey, I'm
not
I'm
really in the
getting my
spirit.
kills in.
Not really in the. No, okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna attack you with whatever I need to kill you, and then I'm gonna move on from there. I'm sorry. I just don't trust that I can survive that.
Well,
so I don't have
don't
to do it.
apologize if you're gonna smack
you're
me in the
right.
face.
That's
So if you're talking just with because all your other things are 2/2s or around.
About I've
Okay.
got a 3/3, 1/3, and these are all 2/2s.
So-
and a 5/5.
Four. So you need to hit Rin with 4.
So-
1, 2, 3, 5.
with 5 wolves.
5 wolves.
Because
does 20.
assuming you're gonna block 2 of them, you're gonna
Yeah.
block 2.
No,
of them.
5. So you have to hit with 7
Okay.
because 7 creatures
Yeah.
because the 2 are going to be blocked and the 5 will do 20.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. All right. So that is that's all my wolves.
And then now the question comes: do you want to attack me with the other ones, or do you want to attack Rin with the other ones and assume that they're going to just block the wolves and leave your other creatures alive? You're like your commander and your
Well, I attack with literally everything. Correct?
Everything.
Everything.
All of your creatures have to attack this turn.
Unless they can't.
Unless they can't. So if they have a tap
Yeah.
ability, you can tap them to get them out of that.
So I am going to use the tap ability
Cool.
of this.
So do this
to-
before combat?
Yeah, definitely. So discard a card, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. So I'm going to get rid of. Like, I love this card, but like, there's no way it's gonna happen in the next turn. And then exile this dog. It is Sweet Gum Recluse, Flash, Cascade, Reach, Spider. That's pretty tight, actually, to get a flash card off this.
Yeah.
Get a flash card.
Bro.
He's got a flash card. It just says like the capital of Alabama.
Yeah.
What is the capital of Alabama, Chad?
Montgomery.
That might be true.
I have
I
no
think that's
idea.
true.
None of us can fact
that
check
sounds about
that.
right.
Oh, look at it. He just tried to all-smart me, and I might
Yeah.
have outsmarted
Yeah, I
him.
think
You were the
that's
one that
great.
brought up the question. You should know the answer.
Can I read that flash card? that you got?
Montgomery's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only like city in Alabama.
It's pretty
I know.
good. Also gets bigger based
And
on.
Cascade?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's pretty good.
So hits, hopefully hits something like a 5-drop or something. Okay. Anyways, put 3 on any creature.
It is Montgomery.
I can't remember anything to save my life, but
That's so funny.
that's cool though.
You got that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good draw.
So you
honestly.
could cast that too in response to because you're effectively doing this before attacks. It won't
Yeah.
be able to attack, but the +1/+1s might be relevant.
Yep. Yeah.
Actually, they definitely are relevant.
Wait, so
They aren't yet because they haven't. Nothing's entered the battlefield this turn. But if I can continue to get weird exile, well, it would be 1. Or wait, no. Let me see.
What does it say?
Okay, yeah. So I would, if I let this guy enter the battlefield right now, playing Flash, it would cause 3+1/+1 counters to enter because this guy enters the battlefield,
can I
right?
read it one more time?
Does it see itself enter the
No,
battlefield?
not when enters the battlefield. No, it says when it enters the battlefield. I thought you were on each. No, target creature.
It's kind of weird.
It will see itself.
It will see itself.
And also, Cascade. Okay, so this is a weird thing. Cascade is a cast trigger.
So when it goes in, even if I find creatures through Cascade, it will
if you
count to
Cascade,
that?
yep, it'll add to that as well. And you get wolves because they're casting it from exile, which count too.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Okay, okay.
This
so
is a great target.
This is a
to
really
hit.
good one. So
So wait, let's make sure that we don't.
Let's make sure we get the order
You
here.
are before combat.
Yes.
You've tapped your 1 dude. That's all that's happened so far.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
Those have not done anything yet.
no.
So and you haven't cast anything, so you haven't made any wolves.
Haven't made no wolves.
Hold on. So are you, before you do that thing, do you want to tap your other guy because you don't want him to attack either, right?
I don't know. I might actually want that
Okay,
damage.
cool.
So like I could get him out of this and exile a card, but then I couldn't actually cast that card until next turn.
Sure.
So the damage, assuming I can do this might be more important to me.
Sure.
I don't know.
Okay.
But
Doing the leg thing again, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll call you out.
so in
cast
that
that
case,
first.
I'm going to cast my guy.
Untap your sandworm just so we know that he's not tapped for any
Oh,
reason.
for sure.
Okay, so you're gonna cast him. So,
So-
pay to cast him.
That is 6. Okay. Be spending some mana. 1. So that's 2, 3, 4. I hate that I do that.
It's gotta be
4,
2 greens.
5, 6. I do have.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
you're right. No, I do need. I just spend 1 more green. Yeah.
green. 5.
So that's 6.
That's 6. Okay, so the cast, no matter what, even if we counted the spell, you still get the cascade. So
Yep.
cascade happens first. So go ahead and you need to hit a spell with a cast. Is it a spell or a permanent?
It doesn't actually have that description for cascade,
Oh.
but I'm pretty sure it's a permanent with lower mana cost, right?
I'm really.
So if I hit like a 7, I can't cast it.
yeah, it has to be lower. But is it a permanent or is it just a spell? That's my question.
Good question.
So let me just real quick, Cascade. I know if there's someone in chat who had it quickly, but this says, when you cast a spell with Cascade, exile cards from the top of your library to you, exile a non-land card, so it's just non-land.
Okay.
So just as soon as you hit your first non-land card that's cost is less than
And they
7.
get discarded if I don't.
No, they just get shuffled to the bottom of your library.
Oh, okay.
You don't lose them.
So artifact,
Yep, that counts.
and then that just goes onto the
Yep,
battlefield.
it just goes on the battlefield.
All right.
What is it?
When it's Sarevok's Tome. When Sarevok's Tome enters the battlefield, you take the initiative.
Okay.
I can tap it to add a colorless mana, or
Cool.
if I have the initiative, it is 2 colorless mana.
Make sure it sits all the way on the board so people can see. No, sorry, that.
Oh, the initiative.
Yeah. So now the
That's,
initiative.
I'm gonna put that in
Probably
like a
have
corner
one of
here.
these.
So the
Yeah.
initiative
I'm
is
gonna
is
I'm gonna
now
take
in play
yours.
when the initiative happens. You go into the again.
I go
this-
into the dungeon,
You go
yeah.
immediately
I
into the
do have
dungeon
a
and you go get yourself a
Oh, I
land.
just took it because it's on the back of the
Oh, that,
initiative.
no, that makes
thing.
sense. That makes
So
sense.
you go into the first thing of the dungeon, which I think gets you a land to hand, a basic land.
Yeah, I do.
So that happens still before the creature even enters the battlefield.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna take that, put it in my hand, and then shuffle my deck.
And I'll shuffle for you while you do this next thing.
Yeah.
The what's it?
Are there different maps?
So no, not for the initiative.
Yeah, specifically for this mechanic.
But there is other dungeon or other things you can go into. Okay,
Yeah.
so now
There is also an ability on Sarevok's Tome that says, I'm just going to read it because I haven't read it yet. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Oh, only if I've completed a dungeon. Yeah, that's kind of. I feel like they should have front loaded with that, but that's okay.
If you completed a dungeon, read the rest of this. Otherwise, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So now the significant. So you need to put a marker on the dungeon that you've entered the first room, so you remember
like
that.
A little, honestly, like a piece of anything is totally fine.
It probably, or use one of the spin downs. You just need a small. Yeah. So and then the commander. Does it happen on casting a card from exile?
Casting.
Okay, so when you
I get one more wolf, and I'll make a separate token for that because summoning sickness.
So the way Cascade works, you get a wolf from the cascaded spell as well as the.
Because it's a part of the same cast.
Yeah, so
I'm casting and
so
I'm casting.
you casted the creature, which is one, and then the cascade says when you hit a card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost if it's less. So you cast the.
But it wasn't from exiles from my library. But that's okay.
That your exile. I'm going to read Cascade for you. Here's your card.
Oh, you exile and then you cast it?
When you cast the spell
Cascade,
Cascade, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card whose mana value is less than the cascading spell. You may cast.
That's nuts.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying you get 2. So now 3 creatures have entered the battlefield when this thing hits.
I'm gonna want me one of those.
Because what does it say now? How does it worded?
Now, when Sweetgum Recluse enters the battlefield, put 3+1/+1 counters on each of any number of target creatures that entered the battlefield this turn. So those 2 wolves I could pump to 5/5s each,
right.
But I couldn't do anything with them this turn.
You can't do anything.
But they're good blockers.
Yeah, well, and you give each of them and him. You can give him the ones too.
Oh, yeah.
So you have 9 counters to put on, right?
I do. Get my wolves out.
Yeah.
All right.
So you have 2 wolves.
And I'm gonna.
Are you gonna just split them 3 each?
Yeah, I guess I could just like super pump the spider.
but he doesn't have
he can't attack.
haste, right?
Yeah, no haste.
So it's not gonna affect your combat math for this round.
Also,
go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe reach would be nice, but no, I really don't think the spider is gonna be getting.
Well, and you already have standard convergence stopping from.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm actually gonna drop like 1 wolf with 4, 1 wolf with 5, and leave the spider be. Honestly, the spider's fine.
Yeah, because otherwise he's just a 0/3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Erasing the goat.
Yeah. He was not the greatest of all time.
But you're the only one that has drawn.
Sorry.
So. He said sorry.
Okay. Now we've gotten through your pre-combat phase.
Okay. So now.
So now
3-3.
again, your dude.
3 hours, 33 minutes, 33 seconds.
Yeah, no shit. Your other dude is not getting a +1/+1 counter, so he's gonna have to attack if you go to combat.
True. I'm not going to go to combat yet. I'm going to go ahead and ask. So that means that the storm count is 2.
Jesus.
We're there. We're in that. We're in the storm.
Yeah. So spells cast this turn. You had you cast your creature.
Yep.
You cast the
Seraphox Stone.
The box. Yeah. So you cast 2.
And then. So bad. So awful. Okay. I apologize for everything that's about to happen. I'm activating Xenagos' ability to get X mana for, I'm just going to split it green and red.
Right.
Where 1, 2, 3, 7.
10 total.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
And then
No. You said 1, 2, 3. There's 7
10.
there. That's 10, 11, 12.
19.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my
No, 11, 12. These are power.
Oh, this is
Those
power.
are
Yeah,
power.
sorry. That's
11,
why I tried to do
12,
it different.
13, 14. So you have 14, 7, and 7.
Okay, so that's 14 mana that I've got now. I'm gonna cast Beanstalk Giant. I'm just gonna spend 7 of that mana.
His creature side or his spell side?
Creature.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a cool side, but I'm keeping creature. His power and toughness are equal to the number of lands that I control.
Okay.
And so that's shave 7 off that 14. That is floating.
7.
Yeah.
So effectively, there's like 4 green. So you have like 4 red left and 3 green left.
Yeah, exactly.
So here, let's do it this way. Sorry, God. Gosh darn it. 4.
Nice catch.
4 and 3. These are your floating mana. So put those down by your lands.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
And then your storm count is 3. Put
3.
that somewhere else.
So I've got
I don't know if
1,
you actually
2,
are just
3,
being a
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. So this is a 12-12.
Sure.
Would you mind drawing that on an Infinite Token for me?
Oh, what am I drawing?
12-12.
Well,
Yeah.
why not just put 12 of these?
Oh yeah, I forgot that spin downs exist, honestly. Okay, there we go. My boy's 12-12.
Spin downs.
And then I'm going to spend.
This deck is definitely funny because it's like it just goes off.
Yeah. I was not expecting it to go off, but we're here now. And yeah, this is happening anyway. I'm just doing it. I'm spending 6 of that floating mana to do the overload cost from Mizimor is 4 damage to each creature that I do not control. I know that's not enough to kill pretty much any of your creatures.
Yeah.
But that
That's still good.
That's still good.
So every creature we control, it does 4 damage to. The only one I think it kills is my command. No, actually, it kills. a
Okay,
couple of
so
but it is important to keep track of
I have a
that.
reaction to that.
Do you?
Yes. So immediately, all creatures get dealt 4 damage. Before that, the damage actually gets dealt.
You want to
I
do some land?
am
I think just
sacrificing this to deal 5 damage to you.
Okay, yeah, why not? Yeah, okay.
Sacrificing
respect that.
one. It's
It's a 4 with a 1/1 counter.
but that was
on
one of
it.
your blockers, right? Why wouldn't you do one of your tapped ones?
I mean, oh yeah, I'm totally fine with you doing that if you want to do that.
Right? I'm just saying it just
Yeah.
needs to be a cleric, right?
This is going off.
Yeah. Just use.
The vision is all coming together.
Get it.
Okay,
is all
so you
coming
do
together.
5. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. But yeah, Ren, like you want to keep up your blocker because depending on what he does
Yeah.
or what I have in my hand. Mwah.
So okay,
Alright, so everything
already did
everything
this, yeah.
has 4 damage marked to it. Couple of Ren's creatures die, but they were tapped anyways. That one dies.
Yeah. I got power
That
and
one
toughness
dies.
confused.
This one dies.
Yeah.
This one dies.
Yeah.
All 3 of these die. These are 4/4s. Are they? Yeah, they're 4/4s.
Yeah.
Yeah, those die.
dude, like.
I'm very curious.
I think.
All right, so are we at? Did you take up your strong
Yep,
count?
I'm at 4.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to play. So also,
hilarious game. We're gonna be here for like 5
yeah,
hours.
it's gonna be bad, dude. All right,
Oh,
so
it's gonna extend the game.
it's no.
No, we're already
doing
at
math.
3 hours and 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna play I'll do the math this time. I'll actually count out my little manas and I'll do it right. No, I'm keeping you guys. All the reds are going. So that's 3, 4. No. 5, because I can tap for 2. Okay.
Okay. And you still have 1 red floating.
I still have 1 red floating, and I've got
Sure.
essentially 5 mana that I can tap for.
Sure.
I'm gonna play Volcanic Torrent.
Put it on
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, I have so little board space. Volcanic Torrent. First of all, Cascade. So we're gonna do it again. This is a 5 cost. So
Real quick, just before we miss a trigger, did you the last thing you did just destroyed things? You don't get any benefits or more creatures because your creatures, when they come in, no, this only happens when it first comes in, right?
yep, yeah.
Got it.
Only
Okay,
one time.
yep,
Yeah,
no worries.
yeah.
Go ahead.
And then so the first thing I got. Direfleet Daredevil, first strike. When Direfleet Daredevil enters the battlefield, exile target instant or sorcery from an opponent's graveyard. You may cast it this turn, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast that spell. It's also really good. So he's in the battlefield now. This is so much. He's gonna cover up Sandworm Convergence a little bit.
Okay, read the rest of the Inferno thing, and don't forget to get an extra wolf.
I do. Yep.
No, you
2.
can't
No,
take
that's-
those because those are your big wolves.
Oh, you're
so you
right,
have to
you're right.
add another dice.
One. Can I get a blue? I'm gonna use. I wish I had like a color I haven't used at all yet, but that's okay. And then
And have all of the colors. Actually, you have
do.
a black one. There you go.
that black one's perfect. I will keep this because I might need this.
Read the.
Yeah. It deals X damage to each creature and planeswalker your opponents control, where X is the number of spells you've cast this turn. But on top of
Sorry,
that,
what he was saying. So we're
sorry. Volcanic Torrent deals X damage to each creature and planeswalker your opponents control, where X is the number of spells you've cast this turn. But I also still have something that can happen when he enters the battlefield, which is I exile an instant or sorcery from someone else's graveyard, and I can cast it. Can I cast it before this trigger resolves, or no? Because it's not instant. Unless I grab
Yeah, if you grab an instant, it says you can cast an instant or sorcery. The only one I have is Chaos Warp, so you could Chaos Warp like a permanent away, but you're about to wipe all the creatures.
All dead. I think they're all gone.
Just real quick though, because you're going to reduce, if you kill the doubler, then you're going to, I mean, for what it's worth, you're going to reduce the amount of damage you can do, but it's not necessarily bad.
But also that's only the damage that he does to Rin, right?
Right, but I'm saying relying on that.
I see what you're saying.
I'm keeping
I
this.
see what you're saying.
Which card was it?
I'm gonna cast.
Sorry.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, there's no way I'm not doing this.
Is it instant?
It is instant. It is unbreakable formation. Creatures you control gain indestructible to the end of turn, but I also get to put a +1/+1 counter on every creature because I'm casting this during my main phase on my turn.
Sure.
Yeah, so you can put that in exile, I believe, or maybe graveyard. Yeah, exile.
I feel like they're gonna be the same pile pretty soon.
And
that counts as an exiled card cast as well because I exiled it before
absolutely.
I cast
so you
it,
get another dude, and then
another wolf.
And the question was what?
And Cascade
Well,
goes up to
not yet.
Storm.
Well, I need to understand one thing though. What is that? The spell that you just cast? Read the rest of the biotext again because we need to know if it will count towards that because you've already cast it.
It's true. Yeah. So it
can
says
you read it?
X is the number of spells you cast this turn. So
it would absolutely see the one that just happened. So
okay.
It's
so since it hasn't resolved yet, it still sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And
on deck
as far as I know,
and that's it. So it just does. So basically, it just says Storm 6. That's like or Storm 6 damage or whatever. There's there's a lot of additional text on there, but none of it's relevant.
Nope. Just Storm 6 damage.
6 damage. So and you already did how much before from the 4?
4.
So everything that's 10 or less dies. Effectively.
Yeah.
I have nothing.
There's that board wipe you wanted, Chad.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah.
All right, so I have nothing I can do about that. So you.
Hey, if you don't kill me, I also have a board wipe. I know you want me to use that,
I
right?
think.
On you?
So now the question is, can you
Was
do?
that +1/+1 counters or just +1/+1 for the turn? It is just for the turn.
Counter
It's a counter.
on each of those creatures, and they gain vigilance.
And the game vigilance, which is the reason I really wanted it. It's because I can attack with everything. I don't have to worry about it.
Right.
It's a good instant.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now all you gotta decide. Okay. So which creatures can attack and add? Let's just add the +1.
Let's just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Keep it in mind for a second, because otherwise, maybe Dylan could start putting +1/+1s around on your board. Like, no, just like you just put like blue +1/+1s, just so. It's not going to matter a ton because I think he's got basically. I think you've won no matter what, even if it's not this turn. You next turn will win.
What could.
So just what can attack this turn that has either haste or was already on the board.
Okay, so we've got 1 damage.
So 2.
Yep, and then this worm, so 5.
6. So that's
And then-
8. No, remember to add +1 because you put +1
Oh,
+1.
you're right.
So
So 2. So then 8 because that's a 6, and then all of these wolves, and they would each be 3. Yeah.
So that's 8. So that's
21.
21.
And
So
then-
29. So you're 29 there.
And
Is that it?
I think that's it because everything else is either a planeswalker or summoning sickness, and yeah.
Okay, so you can't. So the question was going to be, can you kill me instead of killing Rin? The answer is no. So you can take Rin out this turn and then put 12 damage on me.
I'm gonna do that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do that. So yeah, you're dead. You take 12 damage.
12.
You said 12 damage on you. And then at the
Wanna mark
end
your
of my
damage,
turn, I make a
yeah.
second worm. And I'm gonna do
That one does not have the +1/+1. Everything else will have the +1/+1.
You're right. Yep. So okay, I'm just gonna actually grab another worm token, and we'll make sure that
Yeah. So
we know that
everything
he
else
does
has a
not have
+1/+1 and has vigilance permanently or just until end of turn?
just till the end of the turn. So that has fallen away now.
Gotcha.
Okay. So you're the one worm. You're a non-worm.
Yeah. Honestly, the reality of the situation I'm in is I'm just going to see if I have the top jaw does anything.
Damage based on creatures on the board would destroy me, but there you go.
It's an interesting card earlier in the game, but it doesn't stop you from killing me. So it's actually it's a new card. It's really rad. It's called Dissipation Field. Can you cut to me?
Ooh, I like that.
So it says whenever a permanent deals damage to you, return it to its owner's hand.
Yeah.
So
almost helps.
So in
So
theory,
I would still get to do the damage, but
Right.
it would have completely prevented me from attacking you last turn, pretty much.
because
Yeah.
because then you wouldn't attack me with you would never attack me with a token unless you had to, because you would lose it.
Yeah.
So it effectively works well against your strategy. In that context, it's like the blue one that you have to pay. You know, it's all
Propaganda.
propaganda.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that's going to discourage it but not prevent it. That was awesome. The politics were great.
The swearing was
into
great.
a cascade win.
Chris went from definitely first out to winner. I think that was. I mean, there was some.
Are you conceding, Chad?
Oh, 100%. There is nothing I can do to.
Can I get an asterisk that's styled in the shape of a worm? Because the only thing I had to take back that game was one worm card. That's the one that would have wiped me out.
3 down was my board wipe of 13 damage per thing. So that.
Yeah.
But that
Mountain, top deck.
Yeah.
Mountain.
Oh, actually, so this would have been, So I would have drawn this one this turn. I could have Mind Stone, so 2 turns I would have drawn that.
Yeah.
So
By the way, I love the new Mind Stone art. The other Mind Stone art is literally like a stone mind, which is cool, but it's a little weird.
a little on the nose.
Yeah.
All right, so here's some things we learned tonight. I do like the idea of the Asterisk token, and I think we just need to have one made, and I think it's going to be awesome. We'll engage, but the Asterisk token reads as such. You can have one take back as long as it hasn't really affected like some part of the game.
Yeah,
So-
take back isn't like you're still thinking, but you already did an action, but it's like, well, whatever.
So we need to.
It would cover the first leveler situation.
Because nothing else in the game state had changed. But if someone else draws a card.
Well, no, because the instant you played the second leveler.
No, the first
No,
leveler was
that-
what I was talking about.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
other leveler thing was just a rules. That's an actual we missed something, and it's the same as someone having a misplay. Well,
I'm just kidding.
there's a big difference between a misplay that you fix and a everyone doesn't know better, and we move on and accept it, and it's wrong.
Yeah.
But no, I like the idea of an asterisk, but it really will lead to the state being that you have to be responsible for all your own actions, and if you make a mistake, like you tap your creature and we just don't say anything about it, you don't get to untap it to do that. The same thing would go for any effect, like from now on when people are, if they have a trigger that they miss,
Yeah.
and no one says anything about it, that's going to be,
Yeah.
the decision. I
lose
like
my word.
the idea of it.
Yeah.
I think it makes everyone forced to actually be a bit more attentive. But it's going to lead to sometimes where you do something and you just are at a disadvantage and just have to accept that.
Like you forgot to play a land or something weird like that.
Something,
like, I don't know,
or
Or you played a land too early, and
or you played the wrong land, like I did.
like the ones you have to sacrifice itself or something like that. It's like rip. That's a bad land.
you get your asterisk if you want to use it, but you will get an asterisk on the board. So I like it. I really think it's I think it stops a lot of like, oh wait, I could have done this. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Like no, it prevents a lot of rollbacks, but it does make the game a whole lot more cutthroat, because that means there's gonna be times where you just weren't paying attention, played something, so you need to be checking like, hey, I'm playing this thing. Do you have a flyer? And if you say no, okay, I play it, and then you're like, I got a flyer. That's actually your asterisk, because you gave it.
Did I actually say no?
It was not that you didn't deny it.
I'm
it was
really
just
sorry if I said no.
no,
I
it
genuinely
You didn't
care.
say you had a flyer when asked
Yeah,
if you had a
that-
flyer.
it was more
and
of a-
it was not clear that
To
you
be fair,
didn't hear
I think
it.
you and I were like talking.
Yeah, I think it was just
I was
a mixed.
asked.
a
And it's
mixed
fine. And
question.
I'm sure there's going to be very specific situations where we all agree that
It's not,
isn't
yeah,
applicable.
yeah.
But I really like the idea of having a bit more, like read your freaking cards, know what your cards do, remember what you have on
I
your...
get yelled at for not reading my cards, and I get yelled at for spending too much time reading my cards.
Well, there is a fine line between reading your cards here while everyone is quiet and waiting for you to
This
do
is
it.
also the first one.
We're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
we're not showing off.
No,
our
no, we can-
Oh, I
IPs.
probably should have done that, but
I
I
put
just loving
everything
it
away.
all.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the only really fun things that I wish I would have caught early on that my commander gets that benefit if when a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, if the creature had to attack this combat, put a +1. Now, we had kind of said that, and it was in my head, but I had that turtle from the beginning, almost the beginning of the game.
Oh, yeah.
So I should have just put that out earlier.
Yeah.
And the problem was I was like, oh, I don't want things attacking that, and I'm not going to get my benefits from it. But I would have got to draw a card from each of those. So you attack with 12 creatures. It doesn't even matter if you attack me. I'm going to have 12 cards of advantage, and my dragon is going to be
Huge.
15.
Yeah.
You probably, yeah. Anyway, so I need, I think for Liz next time, definitely check that out. She's gonna get 5 swaps because I went out second.
Yep.
Is that right? So you're gonna get 5. You're gonna get 7.
No, I get 7.
6. Cool. All right.
Anyways, the misplay that everybody was asking about was I cast my commander before attacking with Nemesis of Reason instead of casting Grazilax Illithid Scholar. And if I cast this when he became blocked, I could have returned him to my hand. I would have already gotten the attack trigger. He wouldn't have died. I could have used him more than one more time. I could have used him at least one more time.
Sure.
Also, the card that I think is going to be pretty clutch in this, Consuming Aberration, power and toughness equal to the number of cards in opponents' graveyards. Not creature cards, just cards.
That's really
So
yeah,
that
that's really
actually
good.
would have been like a 20-20 that would have ended like...
Does your commander's ability say mill?
I think it's
Yes.
Because there's multiple cards. Do you have the card that doubles how many cards you mill? If a player milled a card this turn, double the amount of cards they mill this turn?
That's on my list
list?
of things. Yeah, I don't know if it's in the deck
Yeah.
yet, but that's on my watch list of things that I am looking at putting in.
Yeah. I don't know which direction Liz is going to take this, but this deck really needs a lot more effects to prevent people from attacking her.
Yeah.
I feel like you just kind of probably overload it with like goad stuff.
pillow for it.
No,
or other-
almost every card in here is goad. That's the problem. Is I have a lot of stuff that makes all you. I had 4 different cards in the few cards I saw that makes all of your creatures attack. The problem is, how do I prevent you from attacking me?
Yeah.
Well,
So-
that's what the goad is for.
No, but I'm saying, but a lot of the goads are one time use, and
Yes.
it's one creature.
Yeah.
So what I need to do is pillow, or what Liz could do is pillow for it. So, what's the one that you just mentioned?
Pillow for or propaganda.
Propaganda.
Those
Like-
you can't touch me cards.
Right.
like,
Any
yeah.
of the ones that say if you attack me, you have to do X. If you attack, you then it becomes like, okay, well, yes, I could attack Chad with 20 whatever damage.
Yeah.
But I'm
I would
gonna have
have
to
to
pay all of
Yeah.
my mana, which means I can't do anything this turn. So yeah, I'll just attack red. Like if you combine, your opponents must attack, but they really don't want to attack you. Plus, when they attack anyone else, they get double damage, and my commander gets big. I could see this deck being really fun, and also going fast.
The double damage
Also, it's
was
like,
really fun.
yeah, it's tricky because like I'm also trying to figure out which direction I want to go for, because this I think absolutely needs more removal in it.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
very little removal things, and I think that is important, and also just kind of feeds into the mill strategy anyways.
There's plenty of mill type removal too.
I'm also allured by the idea of putting all the tutors in there and then
Oh, of
being
course.
able to more reliably get the creatures that go bonkers with cards in graveyard.
I
or
mean, that's
whatever.
the interesting thing about the Precon Recon stuff is no matter what the deck you play, there's always going to be 3 things you can put into any of these decks to make them better without, and that's 1, removal, 2, tutors, and 3, better mana rocks. Like a couple of the good 0-drop mana rocks. You put some tutors to make some more reliability, especially in black. And I mean, honestly, how much would we all have been doing better if there was board wipes? If people had, if everyone had
My
had,
next
even a
card on my
counter spell
stack
would've
was a
been-
board wipe.
but you wouldn't have played it. I guess in theory,
After what
Yeah, I
I did,
definitely
after what
would've.
I did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, also, it was
That
an
would've been-
interesting one.
If we had a board wipe after all that,
Yeah,
we just
that
started
would've
from
been
scratch, and
wild.
everybody
See if I can
had like
find it.
30-something life.
Yeah,
Well, but
that would've
I
been
could.
We
wild.
would have been here for
No,
5
I could have
hours.
rebuilt
Yeah.
very quickly because that's the whole thing is I was holding stuff back because I didn't need to put.
It was a choose. It was a choose to
Watch
add more.
out! Watch out! All right, cool. Well, hey, that was. Go ahead. Why don't you do the outro?
Yeah, that was fun. The first week, I think, is always the weirdest one, and then when we get more fine-tuned, it'll go faster. People will be better. They'll know what the cards do a little bit more. I'm going to have a lot of footage to go through to make the recap of this, but it is taking priority over Season 1. And hopefully, hopefully I'll get it out next week. I will be getting it out as fast as possible. Next Friday, we'll be back with episode 2 of Precon Recon here. We've got Tuesday, we've got our regular Commander night, so tune into that. And
Tune in that.
I said tune into that.
Tune that in.
Tune that.
We'll run the tape. We'll run the tape. But yeah, until next time, we'll see you guys around.